going, everybody? Glad you guys can join us here. I hope you brought your popcorn and your opinions.
Or your gummy bears.
What?
Or your gummy bears.
Or your gummy bears. I was like, what is he just throwing at me? We are going to talk about all things Destination D23 today. Some, oh man, you threw me out. Over, under, just behind you. Let's get the gummy bear comment. Anyway, let's get started.
Let's go.
Alrighty, guys. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday for those of us that kind of enjoy Monday. Apologies for those that absolutely hate Mondays. But we are excited to be here. We are excited that you guys are here. Real quick, before we get started, just a few housewarming comments. For those of you guys that are in the probably the wrong word. I'm so messed up with the gummy bear comment.
Just
like I'm not sure you messed up, and now I'm all
gummy bears.
So yeah, again with the comments, just as a recap.
And it's just us two right now. You got other people coming. I mean, good luck to them, man. I'm just a guest.
You still messing me up. So those of you in the comments, we may not get to all your comments. A lot of the comments are going to be comments that are focused on the topics tonight. We do have a packed house. We will be introducing everybody here tonight. But before I get started, let's see how my co-host is doing. Shawn, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing so good.
What's your favorite gummy bear?
This one, the clear one. That's like clearest.
I think it's like pineapple in some bags. I mean,
dude, it's so good when it's pineapple. It's like the best.
Yes.
Some people I know shouldn't know that I'm eating these right now. So,
well, I mean, good thing they're vegan ones, right?
Yeah, that's like that makes a difference. They still have sugar in them. So,
all right.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, I'm hoping to do equally as good when we're end of the show, but I feel like.
But you were so fired up on Saturday. I'm so excited for this.
I was ready. But with being fired up, let's see how fired up our guests are. So introducing our first guest, you have me. I'm tongue-tied again. Introducing the DU host, Mr. Joey himself. Let's bring him in.
Oops.
Or not.
You do it. No, I'm fucking sorry. Here. It's your show. Sorry.
Thank you. Good night. I'm out.
Good night, Joey. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm glad I can tongue tie you. Wait, whoa. Never mind.
Oh,
Joey wants to tongue tie Lewis? Man, that's the name of the show.
I mean, it is Monday. I mean, look how we're getting started.
I did trim the beard a little bit. So.
You trimmed the beard. But, Joey, have you ever been undisputed with us?
Does your girl like the scruffiness?
Yeah, I have.
You have? Okay. All right.
Yes,
well, I know we have three guests, technically, two cameras that have not been on Undisputed. So bringing in our next guest that's joining us tonight, all the way from Neverland Clubhouse Podcast, right? That's how it's pronounced? Here's Courtney.
Hi.
Dude, your guys' podcast name, I feel like I was pronouncing Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I was like, man, don't mess it up. Dude, especially being tongue-tied, that would have been all bad.
That's the worst.
That's
the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, it's a podcast I do with my sister. She didn't watch the announcement, so she's not on tonight. But we are the Neverland Clubhouse on Skywalking Through Neverland's feed called Skynet.
And I mean, it only seems right and fitting with all the things that Disney doesn't know what they're putting and where in the park they're going to put stuff. It seems only fitting that we have where in the park Kevin and Amanda with us. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Kevin and Amanda, fresh off Oogie Boogie Bash.
Well, not me, but
yeah, he didn't go, but
yeah.
Oh, well, Amanda, fresh off Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yes.
Scale 1 to 10, how was it?
It was, I would say, an 8.5.
It's pretty high.
There was only a couple of characters that weren't out. That we're in transition, but we were able to see everybody that we really wanted to see. Villains Grove, the lines went really fast. Oogie Boogie, of course, is the best.
I didn't know.
I love Oogie Boogie.
I thought Judge Doom would have been best.
I know. I was like,
pretty good
what
too.
do?
All right.
But yeah, My gripe was that, usually we're not going for the candy and, we're trying to make healthier decisions and stuff. And last year there was a lot more grapes and cranberries
And apples.
And apples and carrots. And this time there was only a small handful of apples and carrots, but there was no grapes, no cranberries. So that was
I actually like those. That's great. That's
right.
Fun.
So it's a little bit of a bummer, but yeah.
Can't please everyone.
Yeah. But overall, it was wonderful. We were the Rescue Rangers.
I loved your guys' outfits.
awesome.
You guys looked awesome.
That was rad.
You can, if you post Kim's comment, you can see their picture.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, let's bring it up here. Boom.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
God dang it, Lewis!
What happened?
I'll let you pull it up then.
You're the host. I'm the Sam tonight.
There you
This
go.
one. He said, I'm the Sam. Where's your chip?
I took that picture too
Yeah, I was there like at the beginning
before
they kicked me out. Yeah.
Oh, real
Were
quick,
you Monterey
Lewis,
Jack?
before you get into all this stuff, Louis, I want to talk about the upcoming Walt live show. I was working really hard behind the scenes here right before we started. Confirmed our guests for the show. We are going to have on Wednesday night. We will have on two of our Patreons. We will have Tyler on and Jennifer will be on the live show Wednesday night. So that should be fun.
I mean, technically, we have 3 Patreons.
It's an East Coast, West Coast night.
What?
Because David's a Patreon.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's very true.
So you can call it Patreon night. Woo.
Patreon night, yeah. And then I think that's something we could work on towards the future. I think it'll be fun. We had a guest was supposed to be on, and they had to cancel last minute, so I'm like scrambling like I always do. But
So
I'm
let
sorry,
it all out,
Lewis.
Tyler. When you come in, let it all out.
I'm sorry, Lewis. This is your show.
No, don't be sorry, man.
You lead the way. Here, let's
Let's
do this right since it's your show. Here you go. There you go.
No,
You're in the captain's seat, dude. There you go.
You need to chill with that.
I'll even do this. Watch. I'm going right here.
Where'd he go?
Oh.
Whoa! Just undermining themselves
Yeah.
now. So, well, then we will kick things off.
They got
normally
couples
do.
and couples, and then me and Lewis.
So we're not a couple in this?
I guess we could be.
I mean, you could have a bromance.
Dude,
Nobody's stopping you.
I posted our photo today together, and you had my back, but not anymore. But okay.
No, our photo's pretty sexy, though. I'm not gonna lie. That should be like on the cover of something. Our
Yeah.
back-to-back photo, like from the '90s. You know,
We'll have to get a recap next weekend.
there you
That's
go.
a totally like bro OnlyFans photo.
It is. We should do more of those. We'll just do like pictures all over the park, just like
Only Diz.
like looking over each other's shoulders and stuff like
Dude,
that.
in the teacups, holding
on the
pens?
castle, kind of like this. It's like
What?
I mean,
What
stuff like
are you
that.
doing?
We
Are
standing
we
on
arrest?
I'm working on my
I
poses.
picture you guys doing that Bill
Should we
Hader.
leave you two alone?
Yeah.
Seriously?
We're going to take a break. And
You guys
We're
figure
going
it
to get a night break right now. Oh, man. So, with, Undisputed, I'm sure everybody's familiar with the format. We usually start off with an over-under just right. Get the blood pumping, get the fuels going, get the find out whose side everyone's on. So, with that being started, the 5 topics we have came out from Destination D23, and we'll kick things off. So the first thing, over, under, just right. I'm going to start with Joey on this one. King Thanos attraction, the e-ticket attraction that has been announced at D23. Destination D23. Over, under, just right.
I will say
Explain why.
under, because it was announced at D23 last year, and all they really mentioned was it's just jumping from multiverse to multiverse. So, and they didn't really give a good, clear picture of what the ride vehicle is. So, which they could have, I thought. So, yeah,
Okay.
I agree with Kelly. Definitely needed more info because they just showed the poster that
You'll
everybody
get
walked
that
away
next
with.
year. Don't worry.
Wow.
Right.
All right. Let's go with Courtney. Over, under, just right. King Thanos attraction.
I think over because we did get the ride vehicle, or at least what it's supposed to look like. It may change from here, then next year when they may give us more info at the big event. But I think it was just perfect because the panel was going over anyway, so they need to give us little tidbits. So I think it was just over.
All right. Kevin and Amanda.
You know, with you guys, with your input, I think maybe just right, because I didn't expect for them to bring it up at all. So in that aspect, it's over. But all they showed was that ride vehicle where it wasn't clear if it was actually going to move or if it was a stationary like Transformers or Simpsons, or what it was going to do at all, or what the reality of it was even going to be. It wasn't clear. Like they hadn't figured that out yet. It felt like. So on that way, it's under. But the fact that it's there at all, I say just right then.
Yeah. Now, from the concept art, the ride vehicle reminded me a lot of Transformers. You know how the arm comes down and everything as you load in. Yeah. But yeah, I'm with everyone else. I need more information to really I am excited, but I'm not really excited. Like I don't have like much to go off.
It's hard to be excited when you don't know what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even tell us about the store.
There's finally something going in there, but it's like, well,
is there?
Yeah, we've been hoping for this for a long time, you know,
for a whole year now.
But no, like since
the land opened. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, since it opened.
Yeah, as far as the King Thor storyline or whatever, Thanos. Yeah, that's right. I got it thrown off. The King Thanos. I would prefer King Thor ride. Let's be honest.
Hey, I'd see that one in better.
Right?
King Thor.
I don't understand the King Thanos storyline to begin with, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Hopefully, I'm just glad they're still working on it. That's what I said on the DU, and I stick with that.
Yeah.
All right, Shawn.
I think it's overrated, and here's why. I think that ride vehicle reminded me exactly of Star Tours, which I think is what we're going to wind up with this attraction. You're going to wind up with a bunch of little pods you sit in, and you put 40 people in, and you do your little travels through space, which doesn't suck because Star Tours doesn't really suck. Oh. So I think it might be Star Tours. It's going to be Star Tours-ish. There's not a lot of space right there in that area. Everyone is tongue-tied, and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's true. There's not a lot of room there for an actual movie.
I think I got to re-change my vote because I was thinking I thought over. I wasn't thinking overrated.
Overrated means it's like too high. It's too much hype, and I think there's too much hype for it because you don't.
Yeah, so I thought
you don't know shit yet. So let's be real. There's nothing.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I was going underwhelmed. So
because they've honestly went from at first I thought you were supposed to be like flying through Wakanda like in a jetpack from like the Avatar ride. That was the
original idea.
And then last year Bob Chapek, because he was getting booed, had to announce that they're opening this, at this time, and everyone gets a thing. And now this is something totally different. So I don't know. So it's very overrated. It's kind of, I'm a huge Disney supporter. I'm like, come on, let's just do this thing. I've heard about this thing for like 3 years. Let's go.
Someone was asked about Encanto. That was never for Fantasyland. That was always like just an idea for Magic Animal.
Oh, we'll get there. That Encanto thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on that later on in the show. So for me, I'm overrated. I mean, at this point, I hope it doesn't come.
That's so shocking.
I mean, it's like you said. We've had 3 different ride vehicle concepts, which we'll talk about Imaginary later on.
It could be a runaway train by the time this is over with.
Oh yeah, they don't know.
We've had that. They're now not only that, they're opening up a store in that building.
You could be riding the timeline. Wouldn't that be cool? Like you're like just on this thing, you're like just on the you break off like that.
But the thing is it is a small area, and
that's why I
have to like go back and
that's
behind
why I'm
that
something like Star Tours. Star Tours, it fits in a small space too. So you could put a lot of people through it, and then it'd be a people eater too. If you get enough,
what they're thinking.
You could put a couple of those, put 5 or 6 of those vehicles in there. That's a lot at a time,
I should just call it the what if ride because right now it's just like what if it's
it really is.
What if
that totally makes sense. Yeah.
Waka waka.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's based off of what if because King Thanos isn't the original storyline, so it is probably the what if ride because
I think it's going to
do all different things.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot more than that because in that second concept art, you had the 2D animation Peter Parker, not from through the Spider-Verse, but you had the other Peter Parker. So who knows what it's supposed to be?
Yeah, Kelly says supposed to be e-ticket.
I don't know if it's
Star
going to be
Tours e-ticket. No, it's supposed to. They have said e-ticket. So maybe it won't be that, but I don't know.
Do you consider Smuggler's Run an e-ticket?
No, Rise of the Resistance is the e-ticket in that land.
Yeah, I think Guardians will stay the e-ticket in that land.
Guardians is always the e-ticket. Guardians is the best. Top 3.
All right, our next over under. I forgot I had the overlays. Over under just right. And we'll start with Courtney on this one.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
Let me find my overlays. Here we go. Over under just right. The Disney Adventure, the cruise.
I think it is under because it's staying in the Asia ports. It's not going to go here. And so a lot of, and it's probably longer itineraries and it's not going to be as affordable. It's a ship that they already purchased, already in, mostly built, and they just had to, basically make it Disney. It's an already built ship that they bought. So they didn't build it from the ground up like the rest of the fleet. And it's going to be in Asia. So it's under.
Okay.
All right. We'll go Kevin and Amanda.
You know, they didn't mention much about it. I'd heard that it's going to have a casino, though. I'm curious if that's really going to happen.
It might, because like I said, it's only going into the Asia port. So
built. Yeah. It was already built with a casino on the ship, and they said that market isn't as taboo about gambling as we are here. So, but other than that, they didn't say a lot about it to like get me excited for it. I'm not going to make a trip out to Asia just to go on a cruise on that ship.
No. Not with the treasure being here already being announced with all of that stuff. I'm more excited about the treasure.
Yeah,
exactly.
So Kelly is trying to correct her sister here.
Oh, okay.
She says
that would be overrated. Sorry.
Yeah, I keep confusing the whelmed and the rated as well here.
Are you guys twins?
We're 2 years apart.
Who's older?
I am.
Okay. Little sister trying to school big sister.
I know, right?
Yeah. CJ, what's up, buddy? You miss us. We're right here. Why do you miss us? We're right here. Don't miss us. We're here like twice a week. How can you miss us?
Pretty soon, 5 days a week.
Oh my God! Yeah, just wait. Just wait till everything you got coming.
8 shows a week here.
Yeah, 8 shows a week for a 7-day week. 7 days a week. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. We got lots of stuff fun. We do.
So,
we have lots
Amanda,
of fun plans coming.
Overrated or underrated?
I think it's overrated because I don't really care. Like, they have so many ships that
we
haven't been on them. So like, I don't know what
missing.
What we're missing out on. So I don't really care that they just got a new ship. You know, like that's great, good for them. Glad that
it's like the world's biggest ship. Or what do we know about this guy?
It's a pretty big ship. It was originally called the Global Dream. But the company that originally built it went bankrupt, and Disney bought it from them. So it's already a built ship.
Are they making it look like the other ships?
As much as they can, I think. I mean, it's not going to be the exact same design because they didn't build it from.
You bring it up again, Louis?
I got you right here.
Because they didn't build it from the ground up, so
because it looks like the other ships.
They probably will make the outside look like the other ships.
Oh yeah,
the inside is going to be way different because it's already built.
The front of this one, of the ships we get now, have a more yacht-like vibe. This one has just a very shorter.
Yeah, that's true.
Front.
And I'm not gonna lie, but the very front of it looks like the that shuttle in Star Wars on Revenge of the Sith that Anakin crashes. Never mind, nerd stuff.
Okay,
but okay.
I see what you're saying.
All right, Joey, over under just right.
I'm gonna say just right because like Courtney mentioned that everybody's getting ready and getting all the new information for the treasure. So I think that as more information comes out about that, it's okay to be like, hey, this is another one coming up, but just leading up to it, and I don't know. I think it's just right with the treasure coming out next year and all that coming out now. Because it's like I don't want to get all pumped up for another ship when another one's coming. Not even out yet.
Shawn, over under just right.
No, let's ask you. What do you think?
I think it's just right by a fraction. For me, I think the cruise ships. I mean, you can only have so many boats. I mean, they put all this investment in the boats, but yet the parks we're getting just restaurants. So I'm like, all right, let's buy a boat and not invest in the parks.
We're gonna start this already.
I know. I knew he was gonna go there.
Like, there's only so much ocean.
It's a big ass fucking ocean.
Yeah.
You can only do so much on a
You
boat.
can have 2 boats on an
I mean,
ocean.
Let's
Princess
go.
Cruise has more than 7
Let's
ships.
go
I'm
give
sure.
a facelift. Let's give a facelift to an island, but not our parks that are supposedly
They bought a
carrying
new
on.
island. It's not a facelift to an island. They bought a new one.
Well, they should
Oh,
go
they bought an island. Even better. Let's not invest in a park. Just buy a new island.
They
Yeah.
are investing in the parks, Lewis. They
Oh,
are.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
It's just not good enough for you. That's all. That's the only problem.
Really? I don't think it's good enough for anybody.
I think that it goes to the point of like what we were talking about last time of, do they buy a new boat or do they build a new boat?
Yeah.
Like, what's cheaper?
And it was probably cheaper to buy that boat than to build
Exactly.
another one. But they are building another one after that. They said
They're
3
gonna
are
vote,
coming. So
And they'll
Yeah,
get it out
they got-
sooner too.
They got 3 more that they're going to be ordering. They said they have 3 more ships.
Oh my God, 8.
Well,
eight,
no. They
8
have
ships
this
in the
one.
whole
They
all the
have-
oceans.
no.
Holy
They have
crap,
the
that's
treasure
way
that they're
too
doing.
many.
And then they bought that boat. That's 2. And then they have 1 more coming that they didn't announce yet.
That's
They just
crazy.
said that there's 1 more coming.
I'm with Lewis. The ocean's just too small for 8 ships.
Well, there's 7 seas.
Prices go down when they overwhelm the market, so then we can actually go on it.
There
So.
it is.
Exactly.
Lewis, I love you, and I
So,
think it's just right.
It'll be the Disney cruise on the Columbia River.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
you wouldn't be saying who needs a boat if you actually go on a Disney cruise. Because let me tell you, there's nothing like cruising with Disney.
There you go.
What we've heard.
So Lewis's first cruise is going to have Rogers the Musical on it.
That's
Yes.
right, baby.
Yes.
All right,
We can
Joey.
do-
All right, we're getting spicy right now.
We can do it
Let's
all
go.
day.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna
Do
start
this
with
all
Joey.
day.
Next one. Figment meet and greet. Over, under, just right.
Oh man, minus the tripping incident that
That's
happened this
The
morning.
best thing ever.
I
dude.
saw that.
I love.
He was
You know-
disappointed in Destination D2. Look at him. He's like, I'm out.
I love Figment, so I think it is just right, especially for coming out of the attraction. Better than makes more sense to meet him right after that than Vanellope and Joy. So I think it's just right.
All right. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna let you popcorn who you want to go next.
Oh,
Oh,
We're gonna kick it elementary school.
oh.
well, I'm going. I know me and Courtney went first of 2 times in a row since you made. So I'll go with Shawn since he keeps going last.
I think it's underrated because Figment is pretty cool. Even though I give Sam a lot of shit about it, I understand that the character is cool. I've never seen the character. I understand the thought behind the character. Watching the character fall on his first day was fucking hilarious. It reminded me of Aaron Rodgers tonight. If you guys watch the football game, it's the same damn thing. But yeah, but no, it's underrated. I think it was I think everyone thought it was coming. Honestly, that they've been talking about this for a while, but it's underrated. It's something that everyone's wanted, and it's there. So there you go. So I get to pick next.
Yep.
I'm gonna go straight this way.
Oh.
Kevin and Amanda.
Straight out the side.
Straight out the side. Kevin and Amanda.
What do you think?
I think it's underrated for the same reason. So like when they have the at Epcot the Food and Wine Festival and Figment is the main character, for that event.
Oh, the Festival of the Arts.
Oh, thank you, Festival of the Arts. When you have
He's there too, though.
when you have him as a main character for something, but you don't have him as a meet and greet, like it seems kind of unbalanced. So the fact that he's now there and like the fans of Figment can like personally, I don't care, but the fans can have their moment and meet him and I think that's really great. So I think it's about time.
Yeah.
So
I think it's overrated personally. Like, I don't know. I like Figment, but that's because I liked the original ride. And the current ride is not great. And this meet and greet just seems kind of weird with him being that big.
Yeah.
but
I don't know.
But at the same time, I'm hoping that they see, okay, there is love for Figment, so we need to update the ride.
I mean, they know that there's love for Figment.
Just
but
wait till D23 next year.
You need a new sponsor for the ride, is all it really is.
Who's the sponsor of it?
Nobody. That's why
That's
you can't
fair.
get it up
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
either. It used to be Kodak.
Oh,
Oh,
Kodak
they don't exist
Oh,
anymore.
oh,
Yeah.
for it.
is Kodak a thing anymore?
No.
I
No,
didn't
it
think
should be
so.
Nikon with like it is at Disney.
Yeah.
Nice on picture spot.
I'll say one more thing before Courtney goes. I think since he is inside in a little area, they should have had him more animated, like actually
Yeah.
more interactive and
Yeah.
stuff.
Kelly would rather meet Figment than go on the ride.
Yeah, pretty
Fair,
much.
Yeah.
There you go.
We,
I'll
we
probably
do
be there.
stand Figment in this house.
And just like,
We
you know,
like
Amanda said, Amanda doesn't care. She just says she don't care. So.
Okay.
Well, since I must, I'll go. Yeah, I'm kind of with everybody else. It's kind of under because it's about time that Figment was back in the park. I know he gets some representation from Festival of the Arts, but like there's a lot of people who love Figment and are dying to meet him, so might as well have him be a meet and greet. And like I said, and I agree with Joey, like it makes more sense for you to meet him when you get off the ride than to meet Joy in Imagination Land and Vanellope out of the internet. So
I mean, I prefer the idea of the Dreamfinder with the Figment like smaller version.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Would you rather have the Dreamfinder with Figment back than big
Let's
Figment?
use that over this Godzilla.
Absolutely.
The Dreamfinder looks even creepier than Figment does.
Well, especially voiced by Bill Farmer.
Yeah.
That was the best thing. I was like, oh, and then the voice of Minnie Mouse doing Figment. That was amazing. Like that was awesome.
We don't hate Figment Facebook user. I don't know enough about him.
So, and I was just going to address that. For those of you guys up in the comments, you guys are asking questions. We did address at the beginning of the show. If the comments are not addressed to the topics we are talking about, it just isn't like the Wednesday Live. We may or may not address them. So just a heads up. You don't got to keep sending the same questions. We do see them, but we may not touch on them on this show. So just giving you guys a heads up. Also, again, for those that are saying assuming what our opinions are, they are just opinions. But then again, all of us are brought here today for the love of Disney, no matter what that is. So just a full disclosure again for those of you guys in the comments.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, get them, Shawn.
So now everybody sing Imagination, Imagination. Okay, I'm done.
Hey, I'm excited. I just got my thing set back up at home, so maybe I'll be messing with some voice stuff too. So I'll be going.
So we got one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So we got one more overrated, underrated, just right before we get into the juicy stuff.
Oh.
So you guys ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Country Bears reimagined.
Let's go.
The juicy stuff.
That's not the juicy stuff.
Yeah.
No. We'll start with Kevin and Amanda. Overrated, underrated, just right.
I think it's underrated. I think a lot of people don't care about the Country Bears, like besides like us, like the crazy like Disney fans. I think the average guest like doesn't even know it's there. So I'm excited for updated animatronics for sure. I'm a little cautiously optimistic about the Disney songs that they're going to choose, but I'm hoping that it still makes sense within the context of the show.
I think it's underrated because, like, I think as Disney fans, we should be rejoicing over this, because if they said like we are going to level this to the ground, there would be like all hell would break loose. But they're
replace it with another IP.
So instead they're like, hey, we understand there's love for the Country Bears. And there's a deep-seated love, and we are going to make it a little more current and make it, Yeah,
if they're just going to turn into like another Pooh ride or something, I'd be really upset.
Right.
Again.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think this is underrated. I think that as we get more a better look into what it is that they're planning on doing, maybe a couple more songs, just the titles of them or something, like it'll hopefully get more buzz. But I'm excited. I'm really excited for it. So I'm gonna say under right now.
All right, we'll keep with the popcorn style. Who you choosing next?
Let's go, Shawn.
I'm gonna say underrated because the Country Bears are awesome. So wait.
Please silence your phone, please. Please silence your phone.
Was that me?
No,
it might be me actually. Yeah, I think it was. Sorry. But yeah, I think that it's underrated. I think the Country Bears are cool. I listen to the Country Bear song probably like 5 times a week because I just love it. I love I don't like that the Country Bears have gone from Winnie the Pooh, but I like the Winnie the Pooh ride. I'm not going to lie, but Country Bears should go back to Disneyland as well, in my opinion, especially since they're tearing everything else out around that land. So,
Yeah.
All right. Leave popcorn too.
Oh, Courtney.
I think it is underrated because I think we love the Country Bears. Grew up going to the Country Bears in Disneyland just to get out of the heat, and parents needed a rest and just watch the show over and over again. I'm with everybody else. It does need an update because, like, the last time we were in Walt Disney World, like, they were looking pretty ratchet, like, seriously. But they do need, the animatronics need to be updated, and I'm looking forward to new songs and stuff like that. Although I would like them to keep maybe some songs like the Bear Band Serenade and stuff like that, just to like open up the show, just to have a little bit of a nostalgic feeling for it, so that they don't change it too much. But like, I understand why, because those country songs are even older than I am. So
I'm here. Honestly, I'm here for a Country Bears version of Bare Necessities. I think I'm here for it.
The little snippet that I heard, I loved it. Like, I was like, give me more of that. So I'm here for it.
Okay. Before you popcorn over to Joey, one quick thing.
It was looking like Lester's possum part. You're not wrong, Gil. You're not wrong.
Okay, before we popcorn over to Joey, Lewis, we forgot to ask you your opinion on Figment.
Oh, you're horrible.
Yeah, I realized we didn't ask you that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I think I see what you did there. I think the Figment announcement character meet and greet is highly overrated. And I'm even more mad, and it's even more solidified as overrated because the fact. And give me a second to explain this though. But I think Figment's meet and greet is overrated because the fact that you're telling me we are going to purchase a new cruise ship, but we don't have a sponsor to take care of our own attraction. You're out of your mind. Like, come on, you're going to give us a meet and greet when all the fans want to see that attraction back to the OG, but updated. And you're going to say, here's a 6-foot pink dragon. Barney's already out there doing meet and greets. We don't need it here. Give us the Figment we want and need in the parks. Besides, anatomy-wise, Figment's meet and greet does not look right at all. Like, he looks like the early 90s, speaking of Country Bears, the Country Bear costumes, where from the waist down, they're filled out, but from the neck up, they've done some stuff. But I think that meet and greet was a Band-Aid for what fans have been asking for. They want the attraction back. They want the Figment that we just saw the popcorn bucket. The Imagination Dragon, not your Six Flags ripoff Dragon Tails. Like,
come on!
It's not. It looks real bad. I'm being honest. I think the meet and greet is cool, but as a fan, I've never been to Walt Disney World, so I will hold that. But the virtual stuff I've seen of Figment in the rides and all that, they know what fans want, and they took the easy way out. They gave us a meet and greet, and guess what? I would be the first one to say it. That meet and greet is probably going to be temporary because he probably had that only costume, so he's probably only going to come out on weekends. So it's not even a real big announcement. It's he's here Saturday and Sunday, kids. See you next week. It's not going to be. I think that's a low blow.
Because we're all building cruise ships.
He's too big just to be out on the weekends. He needs to be out every day. He will do that. And it's better than the festival Odyssey that they had in that room where they had the actual Figments from the original rides in there, and now that's gone. It's the Muppet Labs. That's only a temporary thing. So
I'll give you that. It's something to have, but I think what the fans and the way everyone talks about Figment, if you would announce hey, we're gonna and we're gonna get down to some of the stuff later. But one thing that's getting an update that nobody knew was coming, that should have been the announcement. Hey, Journey Through Imagination is getting the makeover that all fans have been looking for, not the meet and greet.
I'm gonna say it again though, is Destination D is not the place for big announcements. It is a progress report.
Hold on, I got a serpent from Disney's website themselves saying what Destination D is, and it's the opposite of that. So you mentioned that, and I pulled up something, and I'll read it real quick. It says right here, The Destination D23 is the biggest Disney fan event of the year. It's a celebration of 100 years of Disney. It includes.
They say that because it's the only event of this year. Because the bigger event, is next year.
But they're saying
let them talk.
But they have a list of all the stuff that they're promoting that's supposed to be the big spectacular, and they didn't. D23 was a miss, and now this was a miss. It's a bunch of we can do this if we try this, but you don't know what this is.
Because if they were promoting it to be big, because it's their only event this year. That's they don't have the expo or the ultimate fan event this year.
I got the park portion might be quote unquote a miss, but the rest of the actual event that they do all weekend and everything
was a banger.
Like if you guys saw
banger, Louis, banger.
No, but I saw the animation part. I saw the when they had the Mickey, I forget his name.
Keep it going and mix shit up.
The voices of Mickey and Goofy. I saw that. That stuff is the stuff that is cool, but at the same time, if you're promoting that it's presentations and announcements, then presentations and announcements should be your ace.
Okay, but this is the first year they've done announcements. The first year they've done announcements.
Question. I have a quick question. Louis, did you watch all 3 days of this?
No, it's only 2 days.
However many days it was. Did you watch all of it? So you don't know all the other announcements that were made, just that in that hour and a half that you watched.
But the rest were announcements.
They weren't announcements, Shawn.
I'm just trying to
So pick your mic back up and pull yourself together.
I got it.
Yeah.
You know,
Kelly's right. They changed the definition of it this year because they made announcements.
Can we let Joey answer his question about?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just saying, screw the ride. The next ship will be the Imagination, and it'll be a Figment themed cruise ship.
Big boom! Oh my! There it is. Dude. There it is.
It's going to be pink and purple and psychedelic and shit going crazy.
Now they need to go to the Star Wars graveyard and you go to a ship of imagination.
Imagination. Yeah, I like this.
I like that. I mean, that's one of the words they have, the hot button words they haven't used yet. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah. We could sit there and do the Star Wars hotel. That'd be Journey to Imagination.
Imagination now. I like this.
Tip it on the side, and that's the new ship.
Yeah. So
imagine you're on a real ship.
Let Joey finish about the other question because I
don't even remember the other question.
I don't remember.
It was overrated, underrated country bears. On purpose. He said,
okay.
Hold on, run that back.
Vastly underrated. This was something that long needed to be updated. An original Magic Kingdom attraction that was so popular. They brought it to California. Our version that we had, Vacation Hoedown, in my opinion, was so much better than this original version. But it's cool to see that they still have it. So the fact that they're updating it makes me very happy, rather than, like you guys said, that they're changing it for something else. I loved the little bit of Bare Necessities. It sounded Country Bears. It didn't sound like they're trying to be a modern version or whatever. It still sounded like OG Country Bears. I don't think we're getting all Disney songs. It's going to be a mixture of popular country songs, maybe a few original songs. I think, like Courtney said, a rehash of Bear Band's Serenade, because that's iconic. So, I'm super excited. I am jealous of the people that actually went home with the poster, because that poster looked awesome.
Yeah, the poster.
I love that poster.
Yeah, so definitely way underrated and long needed.
Okay, Louis, what do you think?
Excuse me, sir. Joey didn't popcorn to me.
Oh.
Next question, please. Okay. Louis, what do you think, sir?
I'm just playing. I agree. I think it's underrated. I hope though that we don't.
Wait a second. I'm going to stop you right now. I was hoping you would say that because this is everything. This goes against everything that you've ever said about anything on this show.
Please elaborate, because I think I know where
you're saying all you do is bitch and complain that we're just getting a re-theme, an update of something, but this is underrated. So you're supporting this, but everything else Disney does to change something is. I don't understand why is this okay?
How it's not like
Hold on. How are they re-theming it? Let's start there. That's how they're re-theming it.
They're changing it. They're updating it, and you're against that. You think slapping a new coat of paint on something is something.
Updating and re-theming is two different things.
But the Bears are getting some of the Bears are getting new names.
That's a retheme. Am I wrong?
Liver Lips is not going to be Liver Lips anymore.
Hold on, wait. Where did we get the new names from? Because I watched the
On the poster.
It's on the poster.
Oh, okay.
So Lou, explain yourself, because all you've ever said is that, and I was so hoping you would say that was underrated, and I knew you were going to, and I've been waiting all day just for this because I knew that this was going to happen.
All right. Can I explain why I think it's underrated and why it's not going
because I'm confused, because it's okay to update and retheme some things, but not everything.
No.
Just slap a new coat of paint on it.
You're not. First off, they're not. Okay, the name changes. The name changes is like changing red in Pirates. It's an update. It's a cultural change. Okay. It's an update. Yeah. Changing the songs, adding new songs, it's like adding Dolls to Small World. It's an update. Retheming is saying, hey, we're going to invest a bunch of money in retheming something to take something out to give us something we hope you like that's not already working. So if they were to say we're getting rid of Country Bears and adding and updating, let's just use what Kelly said, the Possum Park, it's like, why? Why would you do that? Leave it as it is.
Why wouldn't you do that? That'd be amazing.
I would.
I would love that, but then it would be more broken down than it is.
You can tell we're all diehard Disney fans when we want to see Possum Park's amusement. But
please,
I just want the hat.
Hell yeah, absolutely, with the legs.
Not only that, there's a difference between restoring something and preserving something.
Oh. What was your opinion on that?
What's the songs?
No, Star Tours. That right?
Putting
I think for or against it.
The Ahsoka edition and all that.
No.
Ahsoka and new
like
destination.
The 2.0 version, just like from the OG Pee Wee Herman version to the current version. Like, were you okay with that change, or were you upset with that one?
I think it's walking a very thin line of just right.
Okay.
Because I think Smuggler's Run. What's that?
That's why you need everyone here, just to change his mind on this likeness.
What?
Oh.
No. Hold on. Why is that?
Kevin trapped you. Oh. We didn't even notice it.
Hold on. I'm changing my likeness.
All right.
So I'm curious. How did you change my likeness? Because I got an answer for that. That was awesome, though. Let's see.
Lewis is all, fuck you, Shawn. He's like, you piece of you have no idea how I was so hoping you'd say that. I'm like, so he's okay with that being changed, but other things can't be changed. Because then it's just slapping a new coat of paint on it and tapping it on the butt saying, let's go.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that's not okay. But this is.
If you're going to do it right, then do it right. That's not doing it right.
So because it's something you like, it's being done right. It's okay. But because they're retheming Splash Mountain, it's not okay.
No.
Okay.
I think if you're going to, I said it on Wednesday, if you're going to get rid of Splash Mountain, you level it out and give Tiana a new attraction.
She's
We've sat here and said it a billion times. There's no mountains in the bayou.
There's salt mines or whatever the hell it is.
You got a 50-foot drop for a princess ride. I mean, come on. Where does that work?
Really ever a mountain?
Huh?
Was 50 feet really ever a mountain? It's kind of small.
I mean, it's called Splash Mountain.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's kind of a thing from the beginning. So I'm glad that they're finally fixing it.
Huh?
What are you talking
about?
Hold on,
wait.
Break you. That's fine.
What are you talking about right now?
Yeah, where are you going, Kevin? You sound like that's HD right now.
A hill, right?
No, isn't it an 80-foot drop? I thought it was 80 feet.
Oh, I have no idea. He's at 50. I'm just agreeing.
No, I think it's 50 foot.
Then what's 80? Is Jurassic Park?
I think Jurassic Park is 80.
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
Okay. I was like, I know one of those drop rides is 80 feet.
I mean, I think when they first announced a Princess and the Frog theme, like overlay over like Splash Mountain, I was thinking, okay, Dr. Facilier, like some voodoo stuff happening, and then you go down
and
into.
It still might be that. We don't know.
Right, but like that's the only thing I can think of that makes sense. Like
I think that's Mama Odie's because Dr. Facilier.
It's Mama Odie's, I think. Right. They've never said anything about Dr. Facilier being in this ride. So
yeah, we don't know anything.
Like 10 years after the movie or something.
Yeah. I see. He's already dead. That's true.
Yeah, he's dead.
But his brother that you don't know about will appear. So. I have no idea.
Because that's what they always do. Like, let's bring in the sibling we never told you about.
I don't know.
It's 52 and a half feet 52.5-foot drop. Can you guys talk about something, or can we take a break because I have to do my 50-year-old thing?
Well, I just want to know if is that 52 in Florida?
You guys talk. I'll be back.
But are they the same?
And so to go back to your Star Wars just right. The reason why I think it's just right because they didn't really do anything to change it. They just gave us a new scene in R2. I mean, for the most part, it's the same attraction.
Wait, are
It's
you talking about
randomized. What are you
2.0
talking
versus the
about?
original? Because that's
The
a
Star
big
Tours?
graphic change. They got rid of the pilot. They changed.
Yeah,
the-
but I mean,
It's the pilot. Yeah.
I mean, there's just an animatronic they switched out. I mean, it's nothing
but
dramatically
storyline-wise,
changed.
completely
It's not the
different.
same ride every time.
It's
different.
randomized. You have different combinations of places you go every time.
I got you, but the attraction itself is still the same blueprint.
You mean the ride vehicle's the same?
The ride vehicle, I mean, it's still the same schematic of a ride. It just changes
Yeah,
the
there's still a
screen.
log
And
floating
that's
on
what
the water.
Splash Mountain is. With Tiana's, it's the same schematic.
No, I was talking about the whole just right for Star Tours to Country Bears.
No.
New animatronics, new songs, a whole new environment. And that's why I'm saying it's underrated because it's not minor changes. That's a big change from what Country Bears singing their own songs or country songs to now Disney songs is a radical change. Star Tours changing the pilot, but it's still pilot, and changing the scenes, but you're still on a tour, really isn't a whole lot changing to it. I mean, it's still the same ride. I mean, heck, it's sad that Smuggler's Run gets compared to being just like Star Tours. As were Country Bears, that is a radical change from being a individual show of its own identity to now just being Disney IP, depending on how in depth they put that in. That's a huge change. Versus Star Tours, they just plugged in a new animatronic named C-3PO versus the pilot and put in a different
they did
DVD.
But you could also argue that they are IP because they did make a movie about the Country Bears. So they are IP.
We don't talk about that movie.
I said it was a good movie.
Ryan loves that movie, okay?
He's Canadian. He don't know better.
I'm just saying they are IP, so
They should be RIPs and get rid of them.
Wow. I thought I was mean.
You love Country Bears stuff.
Yeah, the ride, the attraction, not the damn stupid movie that came out after they killed the
Well,
ride.
at least they're not theming it to the movie, okay?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look at Star Wars Land. They themed that to the movies, and look how bad that is.
I mean, how dare they put Jim Henson's name on that Country Bear movie?
Did you just say Galaxy's Edge is bad too?
Yeah. Not a fan of it.
What do you like?
It's just eye candy, dude. I mean, like,
You like
really,
Splash Mountain. That's it. It's
Not
gone.
even in the movies. What are you talking about?
My
Any of
eyes
the
like
movies.
candy.
I like Rise of the Resistance. That ride's amazing.
That's part of Galaxy's Edge, though.
Yeah.
And Galaxy's Edge doesn't exist in the movies. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But not all the characters in it are part of the movies and the shows.
Except Vi Marati, but she's
And
in
I
the
mean,
comic book.
and the Millennium Falcon's in the movie. I'm just saying.
Oh, they did mention Black Spire Outpost and Solo.
But they never show it to us, so it's not in the movie. They
It
just
was
mentioned it
spoken
by
by
name.
Lando. It's canon.
Oh, sorry. Galaxy's Edge, not Star Wars Land.
Yeah, put respect on
Thanks,
the name.
All right,
It's an
so
outpost.
well, I guess
Get away today. Break. Hey, Shawn,
should we
talk
get
yourself.
away today break?
Huh?
Should we get a getaway today break?
I mean, you can. I just took one. That's why I went.
How's
Sounds
everybody
like
else
I couldn't wait.
You guys want? I couldn't wait. Sorry. I'm not
Talk
gonna
amongst
lie.
yourself, Sean.
Yeah, I'll talk.
All right,
I'll
talk
talk
to
Tyler.
Tyler.
If y'all want to take a break, I'll talk to Tyler over here.
Answer questions.
I'll sit it by myself.
All right, if you guys need a break, we'll take a break and then we'll answer some of the comments while we're here.
Yeah. Anyone need
If
to take
not,
a break?
we'll-
Anyone need a break?
Joey's
Yeah,
got.
I think Joey needs a
No,
break.
no, no.
Joey's got to go to the outpost.
Yeah, he's going to the outpost.
Deuce.
Deuces.
Oh man, I can't. We're not even starting.
No,
on
it's
the
not a
topics.
deuce. It's not a deuce.
He's got to
Would
clarify.
would he tell us if it was anyway? I mean, he tells that a little more sweating.
Man, if he's back in 2 minutes, though, that's pretty impressive, though. I mean, let's be real. That's...
Oh man,
Tim says that's TMI.
TMI.
We're all family here. It's fine.
Right.
Right.
dude, this has been a great one, and we haven't even gotten into the main subject.
We didn't even ask you questions.
Where's the juicy stuff? We're still on like
We're
the
still
pre
over
Yeah.
the pre-juicy topics.
Yeah, we are. We're 50 minutes into over under just right.
Yeah.
See, that's why you need to have me on more, Lewis.
The pre-juicy products. That's what he just said. The pre-juicy. That's what Kevin just said. The pre-juicy stuff.
Yeah, pre-juicy topics.
I mean, if you want to see pre-juicy, we need Joey to turn back the camera back on. That's what he's doing right now.
Oh no!
Come on now. Wait a minute. What's my honest opinion of MCU's What If series of Marvel Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movies? You think there'll be a connection to multiverse? CJ, to be honest with you, I haven't seen What If, and I haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse. So
we touched on that on the Wednesday live show. It's not going to happen because it's two different production studios. Yeah. It's Sony and then Marvel. So we probably won't ever see the Spider-Verse movies cross into What If.
Yeah, because
Lewis, bring us the juicy stuff. Bring us the juicy stuff now.
All right.
They only have an agreement for live action.
Lewis's juicy stuff.
So, I mean, given the fact how we've been arguing and going, so the way it's going to work is we're going to talk about your guys' favorite thing coming out of Destination.
You look so relieved.
Look, it's all freshened up, cleaned up,
hats off, looking all good, yeah.
So, all right, so going around, we're going to, one by one, name off real quick your favorite thing about Destination D. You're going to get your chance to share why you think it was the best thing shared. And just like over under, everybody's going to go around real quick and share whether they agree with you or disagree with you and why. And to keep it moving, only one person speaks at a time, because if not, someone's headphones that's going to listen to this on Spotify is going to be really mad at us. It's going to sound like Sloth off the Goonies talking. There you go, Joey. You don't have the button no more, Joey?
I didn't do my
missed opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, so
iPad's in the backpack.
Let's go with Kevin and Amanda. Favorite thing out of Destination D?
Boom.
Explain why.
My favorite thing was the Country Bear announcement. That's what I wrote down beforehand, and I stick with it. Everything else was just kind of like, it felt like it wasn't greenlit, so it wasn't that exciting. So it was kind of just like, we're thinking about doing this, whereas this seems actually like they're working on it. So
yeah, and we saw evidence that it was being worked on.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just, here's some concept art. It was like, and here's a clip of us working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe this is actually going to happen, whereas everything else, I don't know what to expect. I mean, yeah. Or stuff I already knew about, so I wasn't really excited to hear about it again. So
yeah. I agree with you there. That was one thing I was disappointed in. It's all the stuff that was mentioned we kind of already heard about, minus a few. There was a few.
Yeah, the new things we heard about, like I'll let you guys talk about it, see if like you are excited about this before we chime in. But yeah. So it's also with Country Bears.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we all just kind of chimed in on the Country Bears, except for Shawn yelling at me for my opinion.
Yeah,
it's just weird. It's just weird that your opinion changes on some things. That's all I'm saying.
Isn't that the whole point of an opinion?
It absolutely is, but you have the same opinion about other stuff. We can go back to this again. We don't need to. It's fine.
Yeah.
Opinions are like assholes, and yours, sir, stinks. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a quote. That was in the tag. That's just a quote. I love you, Lewis. I love you, Lewis. I love you.
I appreciate you.
I love Lewis will be on the show by himself next time. He'll just be sitting there by himself. He's like, fuck all those people.
He's going to have hand puppets. Hey, Mr. Hat.
All right. Shawn, favorite thing about the I mean, and that's going to be different about Country Bears. I feel like
it's not the Country Bears. I thought that's probably the second thing, even though I've never even seen it in Florida. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's the coolest thing about this whole thing was all the Muppet interaction that they had. I thought that was the best. Just the different things, seeing how I thought it was kind of cool how they came out, how they really are underneath. And I love the Muppets, and I was really pissed that there was no.
That's what I was reacting to. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dang. But so yeah, it's I loved it. I'm a kid I'm from that era. I was born, I'm 50 years old. I remember the Muppets like after MASH or before MASH, like in the late 70s, early 80s, and like it was really cool to see it. And I was really, really bummed that they didn't like announce that the Muppet Show was coming to the Hyperion Theater. I think I even said that in the chat before I came on the thing the other day. It's the perfect place for it. Next to Hollywoodland, right there, the Muppets, Hyperion. Why is that not happening? Let's just be real. But the Muppets, all the Muppet stuff, I thought was the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah, I was ready for the big announcement as well, and
they were so building up to it. I'm like,
it was so confusing when
they dropped the ball so hard. I never bag on Disney, but they dropped the ball hard on that. All it was, yeah, I understand you're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Muppets. Then why in the hell aren't you doing something in the parks for the 50th anniversary for the Muppets, especially in Disneyland, because there's stuff in Disney World for the Muppets, I believe, right?
Yeah, Hollywood
Right.
Studios.
Yeah.
I mean, I admit that I got swept up in Josh Tomorrow's presentation. Was like, are they going to announce something with the Muppets? But again, they don't announce big things at Destination D. They just don't.
Yeah.
So if they're going to announce anything with the Muppets, they're going to announce it next year.
Oh.
After the 50th.
First, not a big thing.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
All right.
I'm saying the Muppets are a big thing, so they'll
yeah.
save it for the big event.
No, Kevin just asked,
That's
are you
it.
saying the Country Bears wasn't a big thing?
Oh no, it is. It's just maybe they're further
it's
along.
underrated for Lewis. I mean, that's.
I mean, that was the thing I wasn't expecting to even be announced. So
In the past, they're like she was saying, they never announced in the past. It's always just like, hey, this is, history of so and so, or like Epcot, or stuff like that. But there's such a demand now. As much as people hate Disney, there's still a demand of what's coming.
Yeah.
And so that's what they took an opportunity to make it bigger, because every year D23 gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Whoever Facebook user is, I'm assuming that might be George, says they're nervous. Universal could take over the top spot.
No.
I think he definitely has.
No chance in hell.
No, he definitely has a point, because
I don't
Epic
think so.
Universe is
it's
supposed
not
to be
me.
really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, Courtney, I'm with you. I got your back. Take the lead.
I mean, I'm just saying, Epic. They are making a third gate, and they're putting Super Nintendo in there.
Mhm.
They're teasing that they're going to make a whole land for their Universal monsters. Like there's going to be a whole land that's probably HHN all the time. Like they're putting in Donkey Kong, and like their
Zelda,
like their land is going to be totally bigger, and so they're running scared. They are.
I disagree.
and Super Mario World in Hollywood is, I mean,
It's
packed
pretty
in a
good.
little corner, but it is.
But it's fun.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
fun
where
and
this-
it's
I love
good.
this. I love where this is going. I'm gonna sit back
Unfortunately,
there.
but I'm not saying Universal is ever going to top Disney for me, but right now what they're planning to do,
Make 'em
and
split.
don't get me wrong, I'm mad at Universal because they right now have 7 amphitheaters empty, and they didn't do anything with that, and they're building a third gate. So don't get me wrong, I'm mad at them because they're just leaving empty space on the table in 2 of their parks. But they're ramping up to have a big immersive third gate, and Disney's running scared.
Nah. No way.
Lewis is so excited right now. He's like, "Get back. Get back."
Lewis, like, I got someone on my side.
Yes, I've been
Only
saying
by
that.
this.
I mean,
Only for this. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, like, so I mean, I'm jumping
George,
a
is
little
that
bit.
you? Is that you, George? Just say yes. 'Cause
I
I
am
think-
the biggest Disney fan ever.
Yeah,
but like,
I think that is George, but that's
I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, and I'll bring it up. They don't know what to put on Encanto. We've seen 4 different concept arts for Encanto in 2 different parks. Like Disney does not kind of know what they're doing. They're like, throw it there. Oh no, we'll put it there. You know what? Let's maybe over there.
you don't need Encanto in any of the parks yet. That's just my opinion. It hasn't been around
I think-
enough yet.
I think you can put Encanto somewhere. I just don't
Yeah.
think they're putting it. I mean, and
I
actually,
kind of like I like where they're putting it. I get where they're putting it, but I don't think it's needed yet.
They need an Encanto restroom area.
Yeah, that's what I was. They haven't said that that's not what they're doing. So.
Exactly.
thank you. Everyone's posting that it was in the concept art, but they never said Encanto or Indiana Jones. It was just in the concept
They
art.
played the Indiana Jones music.
Yeah,
they said it's
That's
considered. in the thing
Yeah.
it says it's considered, and
Nothing
a lot of
is right.
Isn't that
websites
the
have
same
left
ride?
that out.
Isn't that dinosaur ride the same ride as
It is. That's why
It
they're
is.
saying it's Indiana
Yeah.
Jones,
Only
but
dinosaur
it's saying
sucks.
it's considered.
I
that
thought it was.
might be.
I thought the presentation, the way they did some of the stuff with the music was great. I thought it was hilarious how the band would play music when Josh was talking.
Yeah.
I thought.
I mean, it was
I thought,
presented well.
I thought.
It really
yeah.
was.
It, was anything really presented? No. I mean, let's be honest. Not really. A few things maybe, but okay. I took too much time on mine. I'm sorry. Muppets rocked. Next,
Muppets
All right.
are
Universal still sucks.
All right, Joey, go ahead.
Would you breathe heavy for? We're a Disney podcast. Why am I going to say Universal is cool at all? I won't. I never will.
Hey, if we're talking about our titles, I mean, Joey's playing both cards. Then he says Disney Universe.
Yeah. Universal.
Interesting.
Hey, I'm an annual pass holder at both, so
We sell packs for all the parks. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wearinthepark.com. Check it out right now.
Wearing knots.
Yeah.
So
Just did. He's like, well, our title. I mean,
I did have an honorable mention, and I'm only going to say it because Jennifer said it, so I got to put my hat on. But we're getting a pirate bar in Magic Kingdom.
That was my second. That was probably my second choice.
The one
Yeah,
that they're
because-
thinking about maybe doing somewhere.
Yeah. I think it's going to be where Tortuga is. They're going to
Yeah,
redeem
they
Tortuga.
do it, and they should have alcohol. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially as much as Pirates and Magic Kingdom sucks out loud compared to the Disneyland one. So, but
They have a better
It-
line though.
yeah,
they do
Yeah.
have a better queue. I do agree.
they have a better exit too. So, but the game is fun. The little card game that you could do is a lot of fun.
You mean Where in the Park from wearinthepark.com?
That's right.
That too. But my favorite announcement is pretty obvious. It was the announcement of D23 Expo next year. My birthday weekend. So
we can
everybody
count that?
come.
I didn't know if we
Let's
could count
have fun.
that.
I'm counting that.
But it's no
Oh,
longer an
that's fair.
expo.
Yeah, I mean, my pal Michael Vargo bringing up the big guns is what.
Yeah,
that
and the
is.
fact that the main panels are going to be at Honda Center,
Yeah.
which is huge, and we could. That's a totally different episode.
Yeah, I can't. We'll
As
talk
it
about
tells-
that on Wednesday. I want to talk about that.
They're
on Wednesday, 'cause
attaching
I'm
the
excited
Angels
about
game
that.
to it.
Yeah.
They're doing a night the day before at Disneyland on my birthday, August 8th,
Oh,
2024.
all right.
And so we're
bring-
going to
bring Joey a
party.
gift.
We're going to have fun,
Mhm.
and I'm super.
If you
excited.
need any gift ideas, go to wearinthepark.com.
Hey,
That's
we
right.
already have our
Theme park
hotel and
scavenger hunt
stuff.
game.
Yeah.
We could do a Joey's birthday scavenger,
There you go.
but definitely the announcement for the expo.
Probably should get a hotel, huh? Probably makes sense. Probably should do
Oh,
that.
the minute that thing was announced, the Hilton is completely booked, and the hotels around that area have tripled their price.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
hey, there's one that uses curtains as blankets in Winter Park. It's like 45. That's where I stayed at last D23. Oh, I wish I'd had my own YouTube channel there. I could have made billions off that one room.
So, Tyler, beer, yes, and I already got an idea of how to redo our brewery meetup. That it won't maybe not a live podcast, but definitely an after party similar to what we did at a celebration. So we got a year to plan. Year in less than a year.
Doo-wop.
less than a year to plan.
Doo-wop.
Yeah, we'll do
my
doo-wop chugs.
Well, I'm just gonna go. My favorite was definitely the announcement of the bigger Ultimate Fan event, but also Brett Iwan getting to do Mickey's birthday portrait. I'm with your mom, Kim.
Kim said that, yeah.
That was just I was crying. I was so happy for him. He's the voice of Mickey Mouse, and he drew the cover for the magazine this year and this quarter that we all got for the 100th special issue, and him getting to draw the 95th birthday. I was just so happy for him.
Hey, Brett, I messaged you on Facebook like 6 months ago. Can you maybe, you read it, asking to be on the show. Can you maybe answer back now? So just throwing that out there.
Brett, can you hear us?
Boom.
Oh, here's the portrait.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So beautiful.
That's cool.
I like that piece. It has like a vintage vibe to it, even though it's obviously not vintage. It has a real, almost like the old school velvet paintings.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
He's just
Courtney,
so
isn't
talented.
this the same complete one of the current magazine for D23?
Yeah, he took that concept art because it's just like in pencil drawing on the magazine, and he he update like he
Made a painting out of it.
yeah, exactly.
Actually, I got it right here. I just saw.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's the same. Yeah, and he
So-
just brought it better to life.
Lauren's birthday's next month. Happy early birthday,
Woohoo!
Lauren. Mine,
Happy birthday.
mine's next week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, my unbirthday.
Bragging about
good job for you
birthdays.
too. My birthday was just a few months ago.
Kim says call getaway today for reservations now.
That's
Yes.
right.
Thank you, Kim. Yes. Okay. So Lewis hasn't given his, and Kevin and Amanda have not given theirs yet, I believe.
No, we
We were
did Country
first,
Bear.
No,
You
they
were
were
first. Okay,
Yeah.
Lewis. Sorry.
your
Oh,
favorite
my favorite.
announcement.
My favorite part of Destination D
Was
was,
it the end?
when the parks panel ended. Yeah,
Yeah, I knew it.
Oh, no.
that was my favorite part. I'm not even lying. I thought the rest of the Destination D23 was awesome. I'm jealous I wasn't there in person. The parks panel was a complete bust. I know why they did it early in the morning. They wanted to get the hell up out of there,
Well, they only have 45 minutes allotted to them, and then
and they wasted
Josh
it.
went over an hour and 30
wasted
minutes. So
Yeah.
Wasted it. Well, I mean, okay, so
no, he didn't. They
It couldn't
gave
work.
updates from Shanghai, Tokyo,
Yeah, but
everything that they were working on.
Yeah.
and
they should
gave
not have
updates
given
on.
those updates because guess what?
Why?
Because those parks, yes, those are growing, but those parks, you're showing us what Disney can do when
It's
someone
part of
else
the
is
company. It's what
with
is
subpar.
done.
correct. But right now, if I'm a business person, I'm going to show that stuff at D23 when people are coming from around the world to that event.
That's next to open. Like Arundel's opening November 20th. This
But
was
you
the
have
time to show it.
you have so many platforms to promote that
Doesn't
on.
matter. They touted this as the big event this year. That's why they
Oh,
announced it.
I thought this wasn't a big
November 20th.
event. I thought this wasn't a big event.
They touted it as it, but I'm saying in the past it has never been this big.
Honestly,
It's never supposed to be this
Hey,
big.
look at over here. We're getting Zootopia Land. That's what
goes
you
on
guys are
fire.
getting. You guys are getting the Zootopia screen.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
they're working
come on.
on right now, and they were giving us a
Hey,
progress report.
They're
That's what
getting a
this
frozen
is, a progress
attraction. You
report.
guys are getting a
No.
frozen meet and greet. They're getting this. You guys are getting a walk-up window restaurant. Like, come
Well,
on.
they have more space over there, and it's not our
Nope.
money.
exactly. They have someone else's wallet. They have somebody else's wallet.
The
and
thing
that's-
is
They got people
Tokyo
willing
is
to pay for
completely
us, though.
run by their government. It's not our money, so that's why everything's better there. Sorry.
It is. It's way, but I mean, they can pick and choose what they're showing people. I mean, they're doing that with their movies right now. So why could they pick and choose what their presentations are?
It's what they're working on right now.
Yeah, they're not working on shit over here.
I like
Besides
Kim.
restaurants.
And it's not just restaurants, it's just overlays you don't like.
Hey, I'm sorry that I'm going to call them out for just giving us overlays.
I
mean,
agree, but it's cheaper and we get it faster. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it, but that's what it's doing.
that was Walt's philosophy. Let's do it cheaper and faster. So
No, it was
yeah,
Michael
that's-
Eisner. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
how we got DCA the way it was.
Yeah, exactly. So we're still not learning from our past.
Well, that means the next person's just going to come over and put money into it when they do have money and make
No,
it better.
Now when Iger doesn't want to leave, he obviously wants offices with his own shower.
We are being bought by China, and we'll get the good part. Then we'll get the
I'm
good
just
part.
saying. I mean,
For those of
they
you
can
not
make it-
watching, Courtney just gave the biggest eye roll ever.
Hey, I'm just gonna say, Lewis got the first eye roll before I even got one. So.
I mean,
Damn, okay.
on a live screen, because remember the shirt comment. I mean,
Oh, that's,
so, I mean,
that's girl.
I mean,
He
yeah,
knows.
they announced a bunch of, like Kevin said, and everybody else is saying it. It's a bunch of imagine what we could do. It's like, yeah. And I have an expectation that I
For
bet
two
you.
parks, it's imagine what we could do.
Huh?
For
What?
2 parks, one area each, it's imagine what we could do. The Beyond Big Thunder Mountain and the Animal Kingdom Dino Land. That's what they did.
I mean, the
It's
Animal
imagine.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Amanda.
And Beyond Animal Kingdom and Beyond Big Thunder Mountain.
Well, I think like I know a few Undisputeds ago, like a great point was brought up, and it keeps coming back to my mind is I think the whole point of all of these like D23 type things is just we're gonna throw stuff at the wall.
Mhm.
We're gonna let everybody kind of
Comment.
process it, and then we're going to take, okay, people like this, people were really upset about that, and then like we'll see where the chips
just like a big
fall.
survey.
Exactly.
And they're letting
Where
society decide if they
And
like
I think that's exactly what Josh Tomorrow was saying when he wanted to pull back the curtain now, because they bring it to you already finished, and then they get the gripe comments. You know,
Right.
We can't figure it out, so help us.
And then, like, I'm with Lewis with a couple of Undisputed ago when your point was, I'm tired of the concept art. Tell me what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give me like, I'm thinking about this. No, what are you doing?
Green light something.
Let's go. Like, tell me exactly what I'm going to be getting.
It's not updating the restaurant. Don't do that. For Lewis gets pissed when you do that. So.
Well, or you could take the universal approach and just build a big roller coaster and call it a churro cart.
And squirt you with water.
I mean, the thing is, I mean, Imagineers are supposed to be like the top of the top. They're thinking what we're thinking. I mean, the head Imagineer came out and gave nothing. The only thing positive he said is,
I told you before the show started.
He came back. He was at Universal.
Yeah.
I told you before the show started, I have an answer to all of this.
He probably couldn't talk about it.
And that's the answer right there. That guy just came back in March. That's why you don't have a lot of things going right now, because they don't know what the hell they're doing right now.
Because Bob Weiss just retired.
He was the head.
Yeah.
So you have Bruce Vaughn, who just took over literally in March, which was 6 months ago. So why would you don't know what you're doing yet? So why not do?
When has Disney ever been a company that's less than a year ahead of themselves?
Probably before COVID.
2023.
Before COVID, when they're making a shit ton
COVID
more
messed
money
everything up.
and didn't have to fire 7,000 employees this year and cut costs by $5 billion. They don't know what the hell they're doing now. They're just coming up with ideas right now. You heard Josh D'Amaro say they plan on spending billions and billions of dollars over the next.
Yeah, they've been saying they plan on spending billions and billions of dollars for the last few years now.
This last year.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. I mean, where is it going?
The bank first.
It's going into cruise ships.
Well,
cruise
ships are signature experiences. It's a totally different.
But it's still part. It's still part of this.
But it's not.
But
it's a signature experience.
It's parks and experience is one column of the three columns of.
But money wise, it's different funds.
Right. But
again,
I don't know.
Go ahead, Amanda.
Oh, I was going to say that's why it seems like all of this, especially the last D23 and then this one, is just, here's a painting. Here's a concept art. What do you think? No? Okay. How about this one? What do you think about this one? Oh, okay, people like that.
They don't have a good decision person over there.
They're shooting from the hip. Yeah. And I feel like it really is showing, and that's why we get so like worked up about it.
They're showing us their hand and we don't like it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, then let me change some cards out. How about now?
Like, no.
But,
you bring up a good point though. They're showing us so much. I mean, look at all the drastic changes in the movies. They're trying to please anybody. You go back 10 years ago when Disney was just giving us Disney for what they stood for, whatever that imagination storytelling was, and we're stoked on it. We're all going to critique something, but at the same time, all right, cool. Let's see what it's about. But none of this stuff is staying serious, and the stuff 10 years ago looks, sounds, and works better than the stuff they're promoting now. I mean, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway goes down how many times in a day sometimes?
But I would say at least one time.
What's that?
I would say at least once. But so does Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, I mean.
And Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Indiana Jones. But I'm just saying, like, all the stuff they're giving us now, it's like, I think that was better, though. Like, where's the ingenuity? Where's the imagination? Where's that storytelling? Like, we could do this way better. And we're not. I mean, look at the list of the announcements that are coming. It's either shows or food. You go back to their Q3 call, all the stuff coming at Disneyland, with the exception of Tiana's Bayou Adventure, is mainly food retheming. There's not a whole lot of attractions. There's not a whole lot of parades. I mean,
would you rather them just say we got nothing planned right now, and that's okay? Would that be absolutely? You'd be happier with that than getting nothing?
I would be happier with them being honest and them saying, "Hey, right now
they gave us two new characters at Oogie Boogie."
There you go.
They gave us Judge Doom and Yokai.
And the shoe.
in the show.
Yokai. I really
Yokai
expected
was
a
at
lot
Villains
more from
Night.
Yokai.
He's not new. Mhm.
I
But
think they're
Judge
giving us so
Doom-
much food because what's her face got pissed everybody off saying we want to charge
Oh,
people. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
for
the smaller
portions.
portions.
yeah, so they're like, you know what? Disney people want food. Let's give them food. I want food, man. I want that. I want shrimp and grits.
I don't-
And if you watch every YouTuber, what do? They're not riding the rides. They're showing the food.
Yeah.
So that's why we're getting food.
But see, and that's why I like our shows. We're getting down to the nitty gritty that no one else is really talking about. I think we're pulling out cards that really we're talking smack and we're complimenting. We're
I
not
disagree
fixing
with
what's-
you though, and I've told you this before. You say that there's not doing any storytelling, and storytelling is failing. I completely disagree with you because I think with a lot of these concepts that they just showed you, I mean, the Pirates of the Caribbean bar, that's storytelling in my opinion. Tiana's Place, storytelling. From what I saw, it looks amazing so
Yeah,
far.
that's really good.
I can't wait to check it out and see it. But yeah, you're redoing something that's already there, but you're telling a new, different story. So you're telling a new, different story with the Country Bears, but that's okay. But it's not okay to do with food.
But I hope they learned their lesson from the under new management Tiki Room that they did
Yeah.
like 10 years ago.
That was not good.
Do you get what I'm saying, Louis?
I get what you're saying, but I mean, Tiana's Place, the restaurant, the food looks good, the outside looks cool, but when you go inside, and I haven't been in person, so I'm going to be 50% on this, but when you go inside, there's just little nods to storytelling. Like there's the pot, there's not a whole lot of, you go
Yeah.
into like,
They're continuing it. That's why. And I did see, like, who was it that had, I think Molly from Mammoth Club, you watch her video, like they put notes on the wall
Mondo.
that her dad wrote to her.
Yeah,
when
Mondo
she was
from
little.
Five Fires showed that as well too. And I
Yeah,
thought that was
there's
pretty-
notes. There's a
There's-
portrait of her and her dad in there. There's all these things that are nods
The
to
story,
and continuing the story.
Their clothes are hung up right there, like on the coat hooks and stuff, because they're in the back cooking. That it's all imagination, and you're saying that Disney's losing that, and I don't think they really are. They're just telling it in a cheaper, different way right now because that's what they can do right now. That's my thought process on that. And I'm going to read George's comment really quick here. He says, "Not to be an asshole, but why can't they get their shit figured out? I'm buying their low stock, the low stock, so when the shit storm is over and they're back on track, I'm sitting on a pile of cash."
They got to get their Imagineers back from Universal.
Yeah.
They need
Shit.
to treat their Imagineers better so
Yep.
that they work more competently.
When COVID
Is
struck,
what it is.
they got rid of like over half their Imagineers. I mean, I know Sarah Sterling, who was
Yeah.
she
got-
just got
Well,
the
no,
job.
she was on the D23 team.
Yeah.
She
But
was on the
she-
Halcyon, and then she got cut, and then she went
right,
back.
but
to
she still
D23,
got
and
cut.
then she got
cut, but she always wanted to be an Imagineer. Was one for a little bit. Then COVID struck. Obviously, she was just waiting to find out. Crap, I lost my job because she was a newer Imagineer. It was cool watching her story from trying to get in there and when she finally got in there and stuff. And
Yeah.
now that she's on the D23 for now, but
And no, she got cut from that too.
COVID hurt everything, and they're still trying to regroup. And I think what they're doing, they're telling smaller stories and not these big stories. You don't always need attractions to sell the stuff, and storytelling is way more than just attractions, in my opinion. You don't need you don't need an e-ticket attraction every other week.
and I was
to
just
be
going to
announced.
say,
You
I
know?
don't think attractions are always rides though.
Okay.
I mean, you can do, shows.
Attractions are new meet and greets, which,
Did you-
like Chris
Yep.
Provo said, if you're just going to announce, if Destination D23 is going to be just announcing new character meet and greets, set that expectation for everyone so they understand that. So we're not, people aren't pissed off that we're not announcing all these new
But-
attractions.
And Disneyland is getting great new storytelling with that new show about pretty much the history and celebration of New Orleans
Yeah.
that got announced.
The
a few-
mural coming
yeah.
to life. Yeah.
I can't wait to that. That's going to be
Yeah,
amazing.
it's
That's
gonna-
gonna be awesome.
What was that? The mural what?
They announced not at Destination D, but it was before
It's
in
like
an
last week.
article. Yeah, they said that they're going to have a mural and it's going to come to life and it's going to connect to Queenie out on the river
yeah.
somehow. But
That's
they
like
are
a-
doing that new nighttime show, but it wasn't anything part of Destination
Yeah.
D.
It was
Yeah,
just
but it's like a celebration, a history.
I think they announced it on the road to Destination D,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
didn't touch on it at the actual presentation.
I'll just read
Yeah.
the comment.
yeah,
which
me too.
was
I was
a
just
little
really
weird.
thinking.
Probably.
But I think the storytelling is lacking. And I don't think it's there.
Because why? Let's dive into this. So we're already running late. Why do you think this?
Okay, let's take.
Why do you think storytelling? They're telling stories because it's not on a ride.
No, but it's not the storytelling that Disney has been doing over the last 10 years.
Why? Because it's not an original IP?
I mean, I don't care about IPs, whether it's IP new or original. If it's done right, I really don't care. I mean, if it's done right. The storytelling, for instance, I'll go off, leave Tiana's alone. I'll go off something new. The Zootopia show, Under the Tree of Life. Okay? That right there, but Tough to Be a Bug show is a really good show.
Have you ever seen it?
Huh?
Well, it's the same one that was over here that they got rid
in
of.
DCA. Yeah.
Oh, it's the same thing? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a really good show. Is that what Animal Kingdom was about, to bring Zootopia in? No, that seems to be kind of a shortcut because Zootopia is doing good overseas in their land. We're going to bring it here. Right now, we have the same 5 stories running through the parks. We have Moana, we have Frozen, we have Zootopia, we have Rapunzel, and now we're getting a little more Little Mermaid. But right now, Moana is all over the place. Moana is being painted to be the best thing for all parks. She's the 2023 of 2019's Frozen. It's everywhere. Encanto is being used everywhere. They're trying to force that everywhere they can. Okay? Frozen, we've already seen Frozen Fever. It'll be here now. Zootopia is the next thing that's being pushed everywhere. So for me, the storytelling is, there's so many other characters and movies and just Disney IP that you could go out there. For instance, the Pirate
Those
Bar,
are the ones that made money in the last 10 years.
Correct, but those are also the same ones that they've only focused on. We've seen
those are the ones that resonate with the kids today.
That's not true, because my kids will drool and watch Luca day and night. I think that movie's trash.
Don't talk to me about
my
Luca.
kids watch
we don't talk about Luca. No.
They enjoy it. So I think it's not that those rejuvenate with kids, but they are stuck with that made money. We're only going to go with that. And everything else is, you go to the Disney Renaissance, you look at Atlantis. How many people like Atlantis? They enjoy it. But since it didn't stick out for Disney, they're not using it. You go, what else was up in the Renaissance? The Treasure Planet. Not really utilized in the parks, but everyone loves that. But Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, those 5, what else? Lion King, and what else in that Renaissance period?
Well, I'll be the first one to say Lion King is overrated. Like, it's,
you take those 5 and they're like, put it everywhere. And for me, storytelling, I think you need to utilize all the stories you're telling. For instance, we have Wish coming up, and where's all that? Oh, we're getting a character meet and greet. Yep,
yeah,
there we go.
We're getting Asha.
But Wish is supposed to be, from what I'm reading the synopsis of it, it's like an imaginative story of the 100 years of Disney through a very imagination story. That's something you could be marketing in the year of Disney 100, and you're not, like, at all.
They'll probably come out once it gets closer to the holidays too, though.
Yeah,
but they're not going to market it until it is a success. Like,
isn't it like? Well, how does it become a success if you're not going to market it?
Well, I mean, they're not going to build a ride of it if it's not going to until it opens and it's success.
Well, I mean, not a ride, but you can start marketing it, especially the Disney 100.
They are.
Well, that's what they're going to do with the character.
You get to meet her.
Yeah, because that's what happened when Tangled came out. They did the meet and greet where the hair was going through, and I'm talking about Disneyland. Sorry for our Disney World listeners, but they had the meet and greet with her hair going all over Fantasyland. Movie was a success. And they just had a meet and greet, so they did the when they redid the Fantasy Fair Theater. Then they brought in Anna and Elsa, made it snowy, had an animatronic Olaf up there. Huge hit. It blew up. They brought them into the park more. So that's what they're doing. I think that's what they're waiting for. That's Moana had a meet and greet. Very small by the treehouse.
Right.
Big hit. So now they're bringing her to the park. So, I mean, that's how a lot of these movies have happened in the last, I'll just say since Tangled and Princess and the Frog.
And they're only marketing those. You're not let's look at the new Magic Happens parade, right? Where are any of the recent last?
The Sword of the Stone is in that parade.
Oh, in the back, like a thrift store. Oh, yeah, here's the good floats, and then we're going to give you a 10x10 circle float. Yeah, the thrift store floats. Yeah, that's right. He's in there. you watch that parade, they're like, here's our good movies in the front. And they're like, and then even halfway the song, it says, the moment you've been waiting for. Yeah. Here's our hand-me-downs. Let's put them in a bunch together.
The end get the, it's like
they go
finale.
backwards. That's why.
The finale is the big part of the parade. Like the electric parade, that they had the patriotic finale and stuff like that.
So
Mickey's
why
always
is
at the end?
So Tiana, Sword in the Stone, all of them got these little circle floats, while Moana, Frozen, and Coco have these dramatic, elaborate floats.
I mean,
hey, our Princess of the Frog float had a tractor pulling it. When
I know.
I'm just saying, like there's so much more storytelling they could be telling, and they're only sticking to the 5. And right now we're seeing it all over again. What's on the slates for movie remakes? Tangled. What's on the slate for movie remakes? Tiana's Adventure. What's on the slate for movie remakes? Oh, yeah, that's right, Moana. Oh, great. So the next 10 years, we're going to get resaturated with them all again. What about the movies that are coming out now?
I'm just glad we're not getting live-action Country Bears.
You know what? I don't believe that until Disney really announces it.
I mean, we don't believe anything they say. We just learned that. They're like, hey, we could possibly do this. We could possibly do that. Walt might not be dead. We don't know. I mean, come on now.
Oh.
He's AI.
Yeah, AI, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is, the only storytelling that's working is their lies about what might come. That's great storytelling.
Wow.
Dang.
The fact that nobody disagreed, though, I mean, there's some truth to that.
There goes our chance to get to any freaking premieres anytime soon. Thanks.
But we will be at MouseCon.
Yeah, MouseCon, November.
Facebook user, don't get me started on Jessica Rabbit. They put a trench coat on her in the ride, and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit. We ain't seen her ever again. At least the OG Jessica Rabbit. Yeah. We'll get where the park is called in San Diego.
We'll get Detective Jessica Rabbit as well. We'll get.
At least they dressed her up like Dick Tracy. I mean, that was
cool.
So I mean, this I'll slightly agree with Shawn, and the storytelling is slightly there, but they're being very selective on their stories, and I think they can count all their stories on one hand.
It's because they're catering to the kids, and you are one of the best parents for teaching your kids about the older films. Very good on you. But a lot of the kids, that's what they want. They want Frozen. They want Tiana. They want Rapunzel. They want all of the Moana. That's what they want.
I'll give you that, I guess. But my kids, I guess, every time I say my kids, I just feel like, all right, that's the answer.
Your kids, you're a good dad. Awesome. You taught them about the classics.
But with that, though, kids are aiming towards Super Mario, and I go back to what you said about Universal.
I'm telling you, when I have kids, all they're watching is old shit. Okay,
yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah,
you're starting at Wizard of Oz, and you're moving your way to Mary Poppins.
They're gonna have Goofy movie on repeat, is what they're gonna.
Don't make them watch Wally.
Oh, Shawn, you son of.
Don't make them watch Wally.
Wally, it's funny to like Wally. I feel like Wally is like one of the best storytellings because there's not much words in it, but yet it tells a beautiful story without really giving us anything.
It's about current events.
It damn sure is.
And it's nowhere in the park. It's nowhere in the park. Thank you, Disney.
I don't hate that movie. It's about today. I don't understand what your problem is, Shawn.
And that's why we're getting all the food stuff, because we're going to be the floating chairs soon.
Yeah, and Wally is in the parks. We don't take our face off these things when we're in there.
Yeah.
So Wally is in the parks. They're feeding us food, like Joey said.
A lot of people are not watching
to get to the park. Yeah, magic bands. Oh, Wally's there. We just don't. That's probably their best storytelling yet. It's here.
Yeah, I bet you got your free magic band, didn't you, Lewis?
What's that?
I said, I bet you got your free magic band, didn't you, Lewis?
No, I'm not getting that shit.
We're going to save this. No. We're going to save this question for another Undisputed, but George's question to you, Lewis, how do you handle the movies with agendas? We'll come back to that because that's like another hour conversation, George, that we'll stay away from right now.
Yeah.
And Rio, no Snow White news. Check the DisneyInsider.com.
We'll bring that back up, but I just want you to know, George, I am very transparent on it all. I'm for it. I'm against it. I like it. I don't like it, and I'll leave it at that until we deep dive that. I am like a wild Uno card, but you still have to draw 4. So you love it and you hate it.
And we
I don't like message movies, but I love Wally.
Right.
Wally's so dumb. So stupid.
So, before we close, let's go around the room.
We're not closing. We have another question.
You have 2 more questions.
But you guys were at the hour and a half was a cap mark.
Buddy, I mean, look who we got here. You had to have known starting doing this
Fine.
show, we weren't going to be
Is
an hour and a
everybody,
half.
is everybody good to go still?
I got nowhere to be, buddy.
Then let's make it happen. I'm fucking down.
We got
You
some
don't
more
have to tell me
fights.
twice.
I just want to go home, but it's okay. I was
What?
Jennifer scared of
I
us.
was gonna go watch Wally, and now I can't.
No, you weren't.
You
You're right, I
were.
wasn't. You're right, I wasn't.
You know what? You're starting to sound like Josh tomorrow.
I love that guy. I think that guy.
I bet you do.
That's the
I
next
bet you do.
CEO. Next CEO.
No, I doubt it.
Book it right now. It's 9/11/2023. Josh tomorrow, next CEO.
I
Josh
can see
tomorrow, the
I think-
greatest
I
showman.
think if he's,
Yeah.
That's what you need right now.
If he's the next- he only becomes the next CEO, and I'm doing the homework. Remember that I won't say it here, but you know what I'm talking about. The comment that was mentioned on the Wednesday Live about the 5 films. If that's true, which I'm finding instead of it might be true, if that's true, I think he's the emergency replacement CEO. But I don't think he's the long-term CEO.
Here's what I think. We get Josh tomorrow as the creative. We get another guy for the money guy.
We get the money.
We
guy.
need 2 people running this company.
We do. Frank Wells and Michael Eisner. That's why it works.
Exactly.
Walt
we need a
and
Frank
Roy.
Wells and we need a Michael
Walton Roy.
Eisner.
Walton
Yep.
Roy. Yep.
Yeah.
Walton Roy.
Company's
Exactly.
too big for one person.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I agree with that.
We need
If
2
we
people.
get 2, I will second the Josh tomorrow. But
Josh
Josh
is-
tomorrow going solo, not happening.
Josh's presentation, I think the whole time during the presentation, the way he interacted and he kept, he kept it going. Wally's a current event. Just look around. No, Gordon. Wally sucks. Sorry, got sidetracked over there.
Hmm.
Amanda met Josh in person, and
And Bob.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
Ryan
the
and
creative.
Bob.
Yeah.
Ryan
Yeah.
has 2.
Yeah.
He is a man of the
I have
people.
2.
Seriously, I mean,
He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, Josh Diamara, like when COVID started and they had to let people go, he was at the parks apologizing to the cast members. I'm sorry, we have to let you go. He's the face. You need, like Louis said, you need a Michael Eisner and Frank Wells, or you need a Walton Roy, like Joey said. I didn't mean
If
to go
you
on
get
to
him with
another
the
whole-
financial person, I'm in. I'll
There you
take
go.
that all day.
That's
Matt-
what I think. Is I want Josh as CEO, but I want him
Yeah.
as creative CEO, and
And-
I need a money guy.
And I'm not gonna, and I don't want to sound like
or lady.
Yeah.
a complete tool, and everyone will probably hate what I say, but Bob Chapek was a good money guy. He tried to do what he could with the money, but he
I don't
wasn't-
know, 'cause he lied about the money.
He did lie. he did lie, but
He
I don't
lied
know.
about the money.
he did lie about the money. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
He
now.
lied.
I have a tomorrow story too, but not for the live.
Yeah.
He was touted as a good money guy, but then he
Yeah.
lied about the
I
money.
just-
So,
Everyone was so excited for Iger to come back, and I'm glad that it's
Yeah,
not
but
going well
these are
for him. I'm
screwed.
sorry. He's causing this stuff himself, but with his stupid comments and like Louis made the comments. He didn't give Chapek his office. He did never until like a year into it would not give up his CEO office.
Oh.
You're not the CEO. What do you mean? Well, he's not the CEO. Got to go take that second office or something. You guys picked this guy to be in charge. Never had a fair chance to do it.
Chapek should have built his own office.
Hey, he didn't have my vote. He stole the vote.
Okay. Let's
Recount.
go on to the next question.
All right. So, Shawn, since you're all fired up,
I am always.
How's the heart pressure?
I don't know.
Somebody asked about it earlier.
Have a
I'm
good
good.
day.
bring it
I'm
down.
good. I'm good.
have a clear gummy bear.
They're all gone.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right. Least favorite thing from Destination D. The Parks panel.
Just the Parks panel?
Let me look. I have a list of everything they talked about.
Yeah,
Let me look
I feel like,
real quick.
and I'm going to be honest, if anyone really hated on the rest of the weekend, you really hate this.
Okay, well,
if
the
you
thing
really
is-
didn't like anything,
With the studio showcase, I feel like they could have streamed that because there was nothing except for Once Upon a Studio that they showed them. Everything else was a rehash. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's. I'm just looking through all the things. Okay, here's it. This didn't need to be announced at that, but soaring over California, return to Epcot. Who cares? That's. I mean, of all the stuff that was announced, you've seen it. So that's one of the only things that we're bringing back this really old thing again. Soaring over California is what started here when DCA when they started.
yeah, but
what
we
do
get
people
really
in Florida want to
excited when
see
it comes
California?
back here. We get really excited.
We do. But it's more of a Disney Parks blog announcement. It's not. It shouldn't be announced at one of these big events like this. So no, you asked what my least favorite announcement. I was like, yeah. You have to pick one. That's my
That's
least
true.
favorite. That's my least favorite announcement. I still
Fair
think it's
enough.
cool. I love this. I love I love California way over around the world, honest, in my opinion.
Right.
But of those announcements, that, you know,
But why would people in Florida want to soar over California?
Because they
It's
can't
a better
get
ride.
here.
because
Because they can't get here.
You think this is
No,
better?
I'm not
Well, it's
lying.
better, and some people can't get here. So
Yeah.
then they
And
get to
I agree with
California.
Shawn. I
And it
agree with
smells,
Shawn.
it smells like oranges. I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, let's be real.
That ride still scares the shit out of me, though.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
are you afraid of heights?
I'm hella afraid of heights.
Oh.
Like, my
Just-
fingerprints are in a few of those handles on there. Like, I go on there with my wife and kids just to show them, like, we can do this. But my hands never leave that armor. I see people doing this whole, I'm like, y'all are crazy. Nope.
You white knuckling it?
I white knuckle it, yes.
It's
That
so
was
funny.
how-
Malibu Falcon makes so much sense now.
When we went to D23 last year, the group of us all went. It was Lewis and Brianna and Nicole and Joey and myself. And was there more? I think that was like the main group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got on that ride, and you know how they tell you to get on there and you put the strap between your legs. And me and Lewis and Joey we're kind of bigger people, and we're like, Nicole's on there. She's putting the strap between her legs, thinking that, I'm like, what are you doing? You're not going to fall off this thing. But she was
My brother-in-law did that, and he's like 6'3", and he was like screaming the whole time on that.
Oh,
ride.
bet he
That
was
hilarious.
after that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, me and my sister were in tears.
You have to
Kim
listen
says-
to Patrick when he
Kim
explains
says,
it.
have you ever been stuck in the air on soaring? No,
No.
that would
I would-
I've
suck.
never
I
been
would-
stuck
I would
on
lose
shore.
That would suck.
We haven't
Yes.
ever been stuck, but it has moved in an
Oh.
odd way.
Fuck that.
That is a
I'm
way-
so afraid of heights.
And
One time.
no.
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh,
not
wait.
for
no.
yeah, it did.
No,
for like
you're
for like
right.
2-3 minutes or something.
At the end,
Yeah.
we were just
Nope.
sitting there watching a blue screen.
After the fireworks,
That's right. I
blue
forgot
screen.
about that. And I was like,
Oh, and they didn't drop you down?
we're gonna
Yeah.
die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die.
Oh,
we
okay.
were
That's right.
we were fine. We
But
were
I
fine.
was still. Anytime it moves in a way that I'm not.
It's the same way with the
expecting.
Skyliner over at Disney World.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
so true.
Whenever it stops,
Although I always
it
get
bounces.
kind of nervous with the Skyliner. I'm like, don't
Ugh.
stop.
I don't know how anyone could ever do the swinging gondolas. I don't
No
know.
way.
Oh, those are
There's-
fun, man.
Not happening.
No.
Those are
Hey,
awesome.
No,
When,
no, no.
on your
no.
birthday weekend, ask my wife about the swinging gondolas with me and her.
Okay.
Don't be cheap.
I don't have to ask on it, do it, because I won't be on it if we're going to be.
No. You asked her the story when I first and only went on there. You're supposed to go around twice. We only made it once.
Good. Yeah, I wouldn't even.
We're going on that after shots.
No, what? No. That's all you, Joey. All right, Joey.
Yeah.
Thing you dislike most about Destination D23?
Okay. I don't know.
Give us a good one.
Well, I got two, but
I'll take
kind of. Okay, so
I got to
don't-
take another getaway
no.
break. I'll be back.
I'll save one of them in case somebody doesn't mention it.
All right.
Okay.
And we alluded to it earlier, but the fact that they are redoing Test Track instead of Journey to Imagination.
One has
Test
fun
Track,
But
I mean,
Test Track needs
get
to
it.
be updated.
a lot of it needs to be updated, but I would think like Lewis brought up, 'cause I am happy about the Figment meet and greet, but and Sam she'd be here saying we Figment fans and even old school Epcot fans want, even if it's not the original, but kind of even based off the comics that came out, which is based on the original Journey to Imagination with the Dreamfinder and all the actual plot. So the fact that Test Track is being redone before,
Well,
I was
my-
kind of bummed about, even though I know we got all this new space stuff and everything over there.
Right. My thing with Test Track is that they have to update that ride before someone gets their neck snapped in half, because that's such whiplash every time. Someone's
It's
going to
upsetting.
get hurt, and
Yeah.
it needs a retheme or something.
I don't think the theme. They need to redo the
The
vehicles,
ride, the
but they're gonna
ride
keep the
vehicle.
vehicles. So we'll see what happens. Who knows?
Yeah.
So like
I
you
mean,
said,
it's the
that's
Cars
like-
Land track, so
Yeah.
racers.
Well,
stuff.
if they're
Yeah.
getting soaring over California, they should get driving through California as well and just keep it the way it is. Because
It's just going to be stuck in traffic. You're not going anywhere.
Good
That-
point. Good point.
ain't that the truth?
Your Fast Pass lane is called Fast Track. You pay
Talk
$2.98.
about to imagination.
We'll turn it into Dodger Stadium
Five,
after a
it's not gonna
concert.
Whoa! No, this Dodger
Wait,
Stadium. That's-
no, after a concert, I was stuck in that for like.
Oh,
half
okay,
an hour.
okay, all right.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
That
That's one of the
parking lot
worst
is
parking lots
ridiculous.
ever.
I
Dodger
flip off
Stadium
Dodger
is the-
Stadium every time I drive by it on the way down to Disneyland.
Man.
Hell, your Giants suck.
Yeah, well, Win a World Series out of COVID.
Oh, hey,
Who's
Hey,
last time you guys won? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Today, actually.
Sorry.
What's up?
No.
All right.
Who's next?
Oh, Kevin, you're a Giants fan?
What?
Who's
You're a
talking
Giants fan?
no, I'm a Royals fan. They beat the Royals when they played in 2014 for the Giants. That's what I was saying. When they beat the Royals, that's when the Giants won.
But you guys got your next one the following year. So that's
You're so correct, George.
I wish I had my squirrel laugh, but I don't.
Courtney,
Yes.
biggest. What was the? Geez, I lost my questions.
Least favorite.
Least thing you liked about
Least
Destination
favorite?
D23?
My least favorite is what they omitted was the opening date for the treehouse
Oh,
in
true.
Disneyland.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
That treehouse. Yeah.
Someday.
We're
They
joking around.
And it's gonna be open in fall, but here we are in fall. So
Well, we're laughing. It's like 2 months ago they announced, "Hey, we're getting a Tiana's restaurant," and it's open like in a month. And 2 years the tree's been working on. So
Yeah, it's oof.
The restaurant.
and I
brings
get
in-
it. They've had some setbacks with the rain, unexpected rains and stuff like that. But they could have given us a hard date. I mean, they gave us a hard date for Journey of Water, and they were already in previews. So
Yeah. It looks really close to being done.
yeah,
Damn
It is
Moana stuff.
They're just.
I'm curious if the tree's gonna just like they're gonna announce like because I'm sure there's a lot of cool things they've changed, but I wonder if it's one of those things that they're like we spent so much time on this, we are just gonna announce an opening date and not make it a big deal because making it a big deal for something that's not really there anymore, I feel like that might do more harm than good. So they might just be like, hey, it's opening here like next month.
the real reason that it's taking so long is because they actually have kind of built it from scratch or from the bottom up again in a ways because it was structurally unsound.
Yeah.
Like when the bridge broke, and then they tested it around, and it's like, oh, this is not safe. Like, not even waiting for OSHA, this is not safe. So they've had to totally reinforce everything.
Yeah, and it came out further into the walkway, and they pushed it back, so they took it all the way down to the ground.
Yeah, so I mean, I joke, but I'd rather have a safe tree to walk around.
Yeah,
it's true.
True. I just wanted a date. That's
all.
Right. Give me a ballpark.
Fall.
I don't like those holidays.
Well, we were all wrong because we said Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, we were all way off.
Time.
Yeah. Shit.
At this point, is Tiana's going to open it sooner, or is that going to open sooner?
Oh, isn't that the racehorse?
A tree or a mountain? What comes first?
All right, Kevin and Matt. At least the favorite thing came out of D23 or Destination D23.
Do you have a least favorite?
Like I was saying earlier, like there was so much that was just thrown at the wall, but the one thing that seemed to be pretty concrete that I didn't care for was this Zootopia thing.
Yeah.
Taking over Tough to Be a Bug. Tough to Be a Bug belongs under the tree. I don't understand the world.
Or at least bugs belong underneath the tree.
Yeah.
The world of Zootopia underneath the Tree of Life makes zero sense to me. And we
can see if they'll make a story that connects it somehow, but I don't know.
Yeah. But
I'd rather have Dino Land as be Zootopia at that point then.
Right.
Exactly. And we were talking about it earlier with the idea of Rafiki's Planet Watch being a Zootopia with the train. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, you're like the Harry Potter train at Universal,
right? Where like you're actually
you
going
the world,
somewhere,
like in the movie of Zootopia,
fully immersive, and then all of a sudden you're there, and it's like, oh, okay.
But
now
that costs a lot more money.
I understand, but like being under the tree,
where it's a screen,
makes no sense. Whereas Tough to Be a Bug makes perfect sense there.
Totally agree.
So that was like out of all the things that were concrete of like this is happening, that really.
And going back to what you were saying earlier, Stuff to Be a Bug, Lewis, it came out before the movie did. So going back to your whole like, why aren't they working on stuff that's like in production right now, put into the parks? They've done it before and it worked out, but I don't know why they're not doing it now.
Exactly. I mean, they Bugs Life got a whole land to it in 2001. I mean, that's a huge risk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
then they leveled it.
Well,
to the
actually,
and they learned to never do that again.
I don't. Did Bugs Land open up with the park?
No,
before the movie.
Bugs Land opened up later,
Bugs
didn't
Land
it?
was later.
Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
The Florida version opened up with
Oh, okay.
A Bug's Life, but the Disneyland version opened up like 5,
Yeah, it opened in
7 years.
Because I don't think it opened up with the park.
I think it opened like a year after the park because they're like, oh, we need kid stuff here.
Yeah.
but no, what I'm saying is like that to go like obviously to plan that land, they were planning it when the movie was coming out. So I mean, like they had that much confidence in it.
Yeah, for how long it takes them to create a land, that's true.
Yeah,
because I think Bugs Land was like one of the first IP to go into California Adventure because remember California, it was DCA was supposed to be California, like postcard. You're coming here, like there was no IP.
But that concept had to be brewing, early on, and then got greenlit probably immediately after it came out and ended up in construction. So we're not seeing that today. And I mean, that's
they don't immediately greenlight anything anymore.
No, they don't.
Imagineers have to pull teeth, especially under Bob Chapek. They were pulling teeth to get him to give them money to do anything. So they're still, reeling off of that, and that's why their big imaginations aren't as big as like Tony Baxter or anybody else. In the heyday that we recognize as the Imagineers, because they were not treated well. They were under Bob Chapek. They were not given the creative space to work in. When Bob Iger told him specifically to do it, don't touch them, leave them be with their creative processes.
That's a great idea. We're not going to do it.
Yeah, and he didn't listen.
All right.
So why isn't Iger doing that then now?
I don't know.
Okay.
But because
as long as you acknowledge that it's not happening now still.
I know it's not happening now.
Okay.
But also you have new Imagineers that are kind of like my age where like I don't have that imagination. Right. I don't even know if I could. Right. Like I don't know what happened and the disconnect in people's imaginations.
I just cried my way to this position.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of imagination in Imagineering, but yeah, I don't know. It's just
he has a lot of shit that he has to control, and he may not be focusing on that. That might be part of the problem.
I was at a MouseCon panel with one Bob Burr, and he was like, Imagineers these days are just yes men and women. They have no idea. I know somebody would like to hear that.
Lewis is like writing like the next four Undisputed episodes over here in his head. I can see him just.
No.
That's how it was Saturday morning.
Oh, I can see. Oh no shit!
I saw the wheels turning, and the notes writing.
A couple times I see this look.
Oh, I can see him over and over. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be. I knew it's gonna be a long.
After
show.
Everyone described me, I just kept picturing that James Franco meme where he's like, "What?"
And then he texts me. He says, "I'm gonna have all them on." I'm like, "Oh boy, okay."
Well, okay, so real quick, I was telling Shawn that there's so many different views and opinions in just this group. I don't imagine what the entire apartment looks like with a lot of these conversations. So I'm excited. I mean, I enjoy this stuff, bantering back and forth on what I enjoy us as fans, blue sky dreaming. We also don't get paid to put stuff in the parks to make it happen. But the fact that the guys that are making the big money are still doing just what we're doing as fans, it's like, come on, dude. Yeah. How are you any different?
Yeah.
Like,
you don't
come on.
Blue Sky Cellar no more. Come on. Give
there
us
isn't.
Yeah, that's sad. I don't want that. That was one of my favorite spots.
It's a warehouse. There's nothing going on there. Doors are always closed.
Yeah. Sad.
Well, we don't need a Blue Sky Cellar because we have Destination D23.
They're blue skying on stage.
We should just change it to the Blue Sky Expo or something like that.
That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea because at least we'll know
going into it. That's what we're going to get.
Yeah.
We're just picking your brain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Destination What If?
Yeah.
Destination What If?
So, Shawn, did you already see your dislike?
Help us take a part.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, just me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think my biggest takeaway was the Avengers King Thanos possible attraction.
It's not possible. It's
It's
going to
not
happen.
possible. They showed.
Well, it might not be King Thanos when it finally.
Yeah,
gets
it's-
something.
That's true.
It could be
The
Kang
old-
by the time it
the
actually
old-
comes.
Might be King Thor.
Yeah, all the different concept art that has come out, all the they're really trying to bank on this still. It's like we're gonna be excited. I get it, but it's like same time, it's like great. It's here. Like you weren't ready 3 times for this ride. There's 3 different concept arts out there. Like the first one that came out with the backpack flying things, that was pre-COVID. So
Yeah.
which means that was 2017 that they were
No,
planning.
2019.
2019.
19.
2019, still pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, absolutely. Yeah.
So that's all that concept art should have been greenlit by Iger. That should have been so far down the pipelines that it's like, all right, COVID stalled us up. We got it, but we know what we're doing. Our traction model is built and ready. COVID didn't stop technology. COVID just stopped time. Okay. But hey, we're building this. If I have a shoe that I've already customized that I know my guests are going to enjoy, I already have that. You don't need to change nothing. COVID's happened, time stopped, everything stopped.
It was more than COVID though.
Yeah.
I like Courtney to go, ladies first.
I was just gonna say is like, but they were still building the land at that point.
Yeah.
Like they were doing it the whole like Galaxy's Edge things where they were doing phase 1 and then phase 2. So
Again,
they
though,
didn't start that right.
but
away.
again, though, Imagineers, like we have all known, once the model is set, they know what they're doing. That's the easy part after that. It's just building it. So why go back and make drastic changes unless you were not confident in what you were doing?
So when the Quinjet ride was coming out, it was off the heels of Infinity War and Endgame and Black Panther. So the idea was we're going to do a big old Infinity War style battle on Wakanda. Very cool. COVID hits. And like I said, he using that as an excuse, but it hits. And then we get out of it. Ideas kind of come back. And then now we're in the multiverse. And then Kevin Feige, and he even said this out at the expo last year. Why aren't we doing that? There's so much more promise with the
What's going on
multiverse
now?
stories, and we could bring so much more into here. And so they scrapped it, did a quick little idea just in time for D23. But I mean, it was just kind of like,
I honestly think to piggyback on that, I think Chadwick Boseman passing away was a huge reason why. Because
They pivoted,
their first concept was like Joey said, to go into Wakanda. Everything was going to happen in Wakanda, and you can't do. You still could have done it without Chadwick, but without him being alive. But I think with him passing away, that character basically died at that point too. So you really can't go into that, and I think that was a huge part because it's nothing like the original idea.
Yeah, because they were going to have the stars of the Avengers. They were going to have the Avengers in the ride.
Yeah,
the actual actors, and again, like in Wakanda, you gotta have Black Panther.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay, and both those ideas sound logical, but Black Panther's still in the parks, still a very key person in the Avengers campus.
Not the same.
Huh?
Not the same.
It's not the same. You're
not,
right.
And it's not even Chadwick's voice.
But Wakanda is not absent from Avengers campus whatsoever.
You're absolutely correct.
So like it's still heavy influence there. Not only that, Kevin Feige being the almighty person that everyone gives him credit for, you're telling me that oh my gosh, you just said it. The multiverse, the movies are planned, the multiverse is planned. You're telling me that in 2019 they didn't know what movies were coming out in 2023? Which means the multiverse would have been risen.
Right, but
no, you're absolutely right about that. He literally said it on stage in 2022. We pivoted because I said this.
Yeah.
So again, they're not collaborating, which is what we just touched on earlier. Their storytelling is not working because they're not being cohesive.
They had an original story, but it changed when he died. Let's be honest, that everything changed when he died.
I don't think it changed because he died.
100%.
You just said it. why didn't we do this with the multiverse? I think it changed because the multiverse had a lot more going for it.
If he still would have been alive last year, he wouldn't have said that because the other ride would have been a lot farther along in production.
And a multiverse ride sounds funner than a Wakanda ride.
It does. Yeah, absolutely.
It does.
So then you have the same purpose as Star Tours, where you're going to different places all the time.
Correct. I don't think the attraction pivoted because he passed away.
Okay.
I think the attraction pivoted because they realized, man, one story versus having options for multiple stories is better. But again, that's not them planning. So it's this whole King Thanos ride. It's not gonna. Now you've given us 3 different Blue Sky Imagineerings.
Yeah.
None of this ride, as much as we want it to be good, is not going to hold up to anybody's standards because you've given us 3 different tastes of 3 different attractions. Heck, when the second image came out of King Thanos, that one, people were thinking it was going to be a flume ride because it had water ride vibes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no one's going to be happy because now you've given us 3 different versions of this attraction that now we're probably not going to get any of them. And we're going to get a smuggler's run where it's like, hey, don't enjoy the ride. Tap all the buttons so you could be busy and not listen to the story. So
people will line up all day long to do it.
Smuggler's Run is always dead.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's dead compared to most rides.
It's dead for me because I use Genie Plus, but
I don't like it because I suck at it. So I mean,
I think every time I've been to the park, Smuggler's Run has been 30 minutes or less.
Well, you go on a Sunday.
Whoa.
I think one big thing they've had different ideas for. I mean, look where the location of where it's going to be. It's in a very tricky spot, which we don't know what mood the city of Anaheim is.
Oh, man.
If they'll let them expand or they won't let them expand. Yeah. And I mean, I think that's a big key of what they're doing for that.
Man.
You got
Jen is calling me out tonight.
Just hitting it with
I can't wait till Wednesday.
Hitting it with the sass.
God, Jen's just ripping me right now.
Yeah.
It's not even that. I just feel like
it's kind of nice. I don't have to tonight. It's kind of nice.
I said it on the live show before.
Sounds like we should have more people on more often.
I said on the live show before. I mean, remember back 10 years ago when Disney would just drop something and it was almost instant gold, and now it's like, is it going to be that good?
Yeah, but then you get like the thing like rocket rods.
No.
Yeah,
shocked the hell out of me.
And you know what? And it's not only has Disney changed, but the fans have changed. We're more needy and more opinionated.
Yeah, we want to know what's going on.
We got more instant gratification
now.
I will give you that.
That's so true, and I think that's a huge part of this.
Yeah,
is the social
everybody,
media aspect.
If they don't like anything,
oh shit, we
okay,
better.
So
I'm
what
gonna say
I
I don't like it right now.
blah 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 blah. So
yeah, no, I mean, I mean, as much as I want to see Disney be the best Disney can be, I also just enjoy doing this. So I mean, it's just giving me an outlet to do it. So because if not, I'd just be telling my wife, and she's so thankful I do a podcast now. She's like, please,
you and your nerd friends.
Yeah. So,
and my ex-wife's like, thank God you have someone to talk to. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Oh, you? I thought you had me. I don't have an ex-wife.
No, I do. Yeah, but yeah.
But you don't want an ex-wife. That's the thing.
Me?
No, Louis.
Okay.
Hey, we're on
that's a whole other show right there. That's a whole other show.
Hey, we're on Undisputed. I'm down to debate it. No.
Not that. I'm not debating that. So, you have one more question still, right? But can we
one more question.
Quicker? Let's go this one quick because it has been 2 hours.
All right, real quick.
Another
the last question is, did Disney hit a home run or did Disney strike out? I'll start it off. I think Disney struck out.
Okay.
And went down looking.
Oh, dang. Didn't even look. Okay, didn't even swing. All right.
Nah.
You know what? I think they hit a home run because we're talking about it now. We woke up at freaking 5:30 in the morning. No,
He's 100% correct. He's 100%
We're talking about it now. We're heated. We're 2 freaking hours. I'm excited for the expo and what we are getting. Was everything perfect? Hell no. And like what Courtney said, it's not the D23 Expo. It's like, the other panels that we were streaming, I enjoyed the hell. seeing Bill Farmer talk as Goofy, saying he drinks beer before he talks, would have been worth the
I
price of
disagree with
admission
you,
for me.
CJ, because they do strike out sometimes. So we'll just leave it at that. So
I agree with that too. They strike out
So,
sometimes.
yeah,
It wasn't a home run, but it wasn't a strikeout. It was what
Yeah.
it needed to be.
I mean, yeah. Can we give like a base on this instead of just strikeout or home run? Because I would
No.
give it a try.
Yeah,
Okay,
it has to be all in one.
okay. Then
All in
I'll
one.
go next.
Only
I
the
think it-
stiff thinks in extremes.
I think it was a home run as well because everyone in that damn crowd was so happy and excited because they got free stuff. We're all sitting here talking. I didn't hear any boos in that crowd.
You didn't see any clapping either. They had to ask the entire time. Aren't you guys excited? Like, oh yeah.
Most of them were media anyways.
Yeah, I think they did a home run because, like Joey said, we're sitting here talking about it. We're going to bitch about it until D23 of next year now. And it's going to be another glorified D whatever. Who cares? It was great. Disney got out there. They showcased themselves. They highlighted what's coming. They gave you some crazy ideas of what could be coming. They hit a home run like they always do.
At least a
shit like
double in
this.
the gap.
If you get the presentation stuff, Disney hits a home run with their presentations.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
All right.
I rewatched the one from 2 years ago for Destination D23, and that one was definitely a strikeout, 100%.
Okay.
That was terrible. So this one, in comparison, not a strikeout by far. We didn't mention it, but I think it's worth saying that the whole thing where they agreed to not put Moana and Zootopia into Dino Land is a
Yes.
big win.
That is
Yeah.
a big win.
Because when they announced that at D23, I was like, how? No, why? No, stop. So when they were like, hey, we're going to base it on a part of the planet you're in, like the other lands in the park other than Pandora, I was like, that's much better. As far as, does Indiana Jones belong in a animal park? I don't know. I mean, it has
Unless it's Snake
and,
Land. or
has
something.
snake and some spiders, kind of. But it's still better than
Although when I
leveling
think
everything
about
in
Indiana
Moana.
Jones, I think more Egypt, not Latin America.
Well,
but
the thing is,
that's
over at
besides-
Disney Seas, like
Yeah.
Disney Sea in Tokyo, it's in Latin America.
Oh, is it?
Like that's what it's themed for, and they already have the pyramid design in their artwork is what they have over there. So they already have it as like as far as like they can afford to do it. They already have the design for it. So
I agree because they had Coco and Encanto like together, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Mexico and Colombia are so far away from each other.
yeah, so just say tropical Americas. You can put whatever you want over there. I guess that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, but with that, I mean, real quick plug. I think Moana would fit because it's about taking care of the land and stuff like that. And the
But they
elements.
have it in Epcot. Why do that?
I get you. I get you on the Epcot part, but I'm just saying if they didn't do the Epcot, I think Moana does fit. It plays along the thin line that Avatar is doing, where it's about the elements of the land. But I mean, since it's already in Epcot, I do agree that it shouldn't be in there. But I was just saying, if they didn't do it in Epcot, I think Moana would make sense. But just saying.
No, agreed.
So back to the question of the home run or strikeout. I think it was. Where did Lewis go?
He doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to hear it.
Oh, that's sad.
God.
No, I don't know what
He doesn't like the answers.
Wow.
Poor
I said
Amanda.
it. Calm down, Bob J. Thank you for putting words in my mouth.
Shoot.
Oh,
No, I think that it was a walk because they just showed up. They showed up, threw stuff at the wall, see what stuck.
That's all batting's about.
No, I know, but like,
I'm like, they got on base.
and then they took the base because of like what Joey said, like we are here for it, But it was just bare minimum, in my opinion, of like, yeah, they had some wins, but they didn't really tell us a whole lot of this is what's happening today. Like,
So they didn't swing for the fences.
exactly. They just kind of were like, all right.
They
okay.
played Pepper. Baseball analogies for everybody.
So I think it was just a walk. They showed up.
A walk helps your average though, so that's good.
So we got two home runs. Kevin, were you a home run?
Yeah, I'll give them a home run versus what they did 2 years ago. Even what they did at D23 last year, I think this was better.
Okay.
And I switched my
Last
home run
year's
to
D23
a
was
double
bad.
in the gap.
Yeah. I mean, if we can just pick different bases, I mean, it's a It's a solid ground rule double or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That scoring position.
Yeah.
I love how you guys are slowly coming back to the. It was okay.
It was okay.
Well,
one's
because
saying-
you
no
wanted
one's
to
denying
talk
it.
in extremes of
Yeah.
home run home run or
You're the
strike.
Sith Lord
It
over
was
here.
okay.
I mean,
Like I said, the Muppets were enough for me to enjoy watching it. So I mean, it was the Muppets give it a double for me just by themselves.
I mean, was it a touchdown? No, but it was a 15-yard first down. So good job.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Courtney, it's not really the answer, but I'm waiting.
Oh, because I still stand strong that this was supposed to be a progress report and that we got surprise announcements that we weren't expecting. Because I was fully expecting to just rehash what they had already been working on and what they had already announced. Because Destination D has never been the place where they do big announcements except for the last 2 years. I would say they did a home run, but there are problems.
For sure.
It was
It's
a
like
sloppy home run,
it's
but
like an in the park home run. It's like,
Yeah.
on errors. Yeah.
Wait,
It's not
Overthrows
not
everywhere.
like over the fences home
Wait.
run, but it is a home run.
wait, but
It's
where
like
in the
home
park?
run errors.
Where in the park? See
Yeah.
what I did there?
Yeah,
Where in the park?
Well, I appreciate. This was a hell of a fun show.
Yeah.
Real quick before we close it out,
It's
we'll
fun
do
for
like
me.
a
I
little
didn't have to bust Lewis's balls for 2 hours. Thank you all.
And you got
Joey.
2 breaks.
I got 2 breaks.
You got 2 breaks.
Joey, where can everybody find you at?
You can find me at Disney Universe Podcast and everywhere around there. And
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
no, that's it. I'm dead.
Courtney, where can everybody find you at?
You can find me at at Neverland Clubhouse Pod.
All right. Amanda, Kevin, where can everybody find you at?
You can get our game packs at whereinthepark.com or
Where?
we're on Instagram and Facebook. Where in the Park, all one word. You'll find us that way.
All right. Well, Shawn, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate it.
You can find me right here.
On
Right.
Undisputed. Or Undisputed.
Undisputed.
Oh, man.
Follow
Well, I
us on all
appreciate
of our social medias: TikTok, X,
Threads.
Instagram,
Threads.
Threads. Yeah, Threads.
We don't talk about X. What are you talking about?
We got Reels now. We got a cool reel with Johnny Depp on it. We have
Is it real? The
it's
real
reel. We got a Discord if you want to become part of that. Can I just keep going?
I got you right here. You want me to close it out?
Louis,
Whatever
where
you
can
want.
they
Where
find
can we
you?
find you, Louis?
Yeah, Louis.
As always, I don't mention my handles no more on this show because I'm not trying to get canceled.
Look at City Designs.
And with that, again, always, guys, bring your opinions. We'll catch you guys in 2 weeks. And remember,